All the screams.
Just keep posting the screaming noise until people show up. Hi, I see someone's there. Hello.
All the screaming noises.
That's a little bit better. Hello and welcome. I'm so happy you could join us this evening for our office space happy hour.
Woohoo!
Yay! People are showing up.
Yay!
I love it.
There we go.
Hello and welcome. Hi, Ken.
What's the insert all about? We had like two
That's
pages
always there.
Oh, it is?
That's always there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ah.
Ken, hello. Hi, Mom. Good to see you. It's
Hello, hello.
meteorological spring. Randy cocktail. I love it. Hi, Lisa. We missed you last week.
So March
So glad
1,
to see you.
We hit some kind of measure
Hi,
of spring.
Eric.
Because I got 6 inches of snow out there, so I'm
Oh my
kinda
gosh.
thinking, like, blah, blah, blah.
Hi, Errol.
So, hey! Hello.
Lisa's concerned you may not have enough flair. Funny you should mention flair because I have a drink to cover that.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Alan and Elizabeth, and hi, Aaron. Good to see you. Yay! I'm so happy you're all here. I have a drink that addresses the flare issue. Although I told
so.
him he's got the flare on his hat.
Well, I've had the flare for a long time, I guess. You know, it's
Cider.
so true.
Yes, it's from a cider
Get
company.
excited.
I forget what
Oh,
company.
yeah, and the fact that you can read that means our resolution has improved.
I know, right?
Citizen Cider. I believe it's Citizen Cider.
That's right,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're from Vermont. I said with a long ellipsis.
Hi, Julie. Good to
And,
see you.
we met their rep from Long Island in our local store, and he told us, we know he's from Long Island because he talked to us for 40 minutes.
Oh, my God.
Boy, he talked our ear off. A really chatty guy. But he was talking about the product. He was so excited. And we bought some. You know, it's really good.
Oh, no.
So I was you can find Citizen. Give it a try.
Hi, Peter.
Definitely. I think, Ken, you should definitely be able to find Citizen. And it comes in like some really good bone dry settings, which are, that's where you want to be with cider. Imho.
Eric says, I'm getting excedrined.
Excedrin. Oh, that's very good.
I know. If only you had a pin for that.
I'm getting exciterized. Yeah. There was another one that
We've been live for 2 whole minutes. Should I make a drink?
I don't know. We should let it ramble for a little longer, right? I'm going to have a drink.
Why?
Of water, anyway.
I
That's a
had
good idea.
some water. I'm ready for an alcoholic beverage.
I'll
I don't
take
know about you.
I'll take an alcoholic bev, she says.
I gotta
Alright.
remember my drink. Yes, flair. I do have a
Oh,
I have a
flair.
flair drink for
15
you.
pieces of it.
Not flair bartending. I'm not gonna
No.
throw it up in the air because it's. Oh, Ken wants a bone dry cider, right? That's so good. They have one that's got ginger in it. That's really good.
really
I gotta try to
excellent.
remember the name of it. But since you're in New England, you could probably find it.
It would not be hard, I think.
I think it's the one with the blue can. I forget what it's called.
think it's the blue
Dirty
can.
Mayor. Is that Dirty Mayor? Is that the one? No, I don't remember.
jeez.
I don't remember. But they have one with ginger that's really good.
Yeah, it is really an excellent blend.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
really well done.
So Office Space. Enough about the rest of this. Oh, you can do that over here.
No. Anyway, so yeah, Office Space is kind of awesome. Don't. So Office Space is kind of awesome
gotta
because
say it.
you know you watch it every once in a while, and fun things happen. It's not like it's any kind of perfect movie, but it has so many cheers moments. I mean, everything from like the damn copier that doesn't work, the
printer.
print fax copy machine doesn't work, to Peter saying, "I took something," and then they
Pacing
take it out.
The
What
F does that mean?
What the F does that mean? I mean, how many times have you been through that? Well, not in about 30 years, but at this point in time, film itself dates from 1998.
Nine, I
I
think,
think
yeah.
so. Dang. We're definitely talking. We do the math on that. 24? Yeah. So,
Jeez.
yowza.
Way to feel old.
This sucker is about to hit classic
Way to
status.
feel old.
Classic status according to like car ratings. I'm talking about like classic cars, that is, you know, that the number is 25. Bone dry cider, like that one, and there's the Angry Orchard does an excellent bone dry that's called Bone Dry. So
Eric
that's
says,
worth your time.
Is there a drink for the wish of Schadenfreude? Oh, so many.
Oh yeah.
So many. I think.
Yeah.
Well, actually, this one might work for you.
bitter tears.
What I'm
of-
about to make might work for you.
might just kind of like nail it shut.
Since I'm obviously going with the Office Space theme, I'm calling this one a case of the Mondays.
Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mondays. It's like,
So anyway,
hey, Lawrence, man, everyone ever in work ever tell you get a case of the Mondays?
no,
No, man. No, man.
I think you get your ass kicked if
You say something like that.
Anyway,
So many great little moments.
the funny thing is, the
Things we
movie
can't say on
Office
the air.
Space, someone told me about in an office I was working at. That was how I first became aware of the film. He's like, "Oh my God, you haven't seen Office Space?"
Kind of got to do it, right?
Oh, Julie says, I have a bit of PTSD when I watch Office Space from a past computer job in the 80s and 90s. I have no doubt.
Okay, I'm a little thirsty. I'm going to refill this thing.
Go for it.
Sorry, folks.
I feel like Garfield. Oh, no. Oh, Eric. We were talking about this last night because we watched the movie again last night because we do research. And we were talking about, I don't know, you said something about email. And I was saying, I don't think I had email at a job until maybe 1997.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, I mean, oh, Lisa laughs about that movie. She says, I'm a bald Peter Gibson. My controls engineer friend is the Michael Bolton. My process engineer coworker is Samir. I love it. The breast exams on Channel 9. Exactly. Hey, Peter Man, check it out. Hi, Gettysburg, ma'am. Good to see you. So I started making a drink called A Case of the Mondays. And I've added 2 ounces of bourbon.
So what's up with Ann, man? I don't know. I just feeling sometimes that she's cheating on me.
Yeah, I get that feeling.
I know what you mean, man. What do you mean by that?
I'm going to add a half ounce of Ferretti Biscotti liqueur. I checked today. This is readily available online. So
Excellent.
if
You
you
can
can't
get
get
the
it at your local store,
I think a well-stocked store has a lot of things that look like
Wow,
this.
I just-
You should probably find...
we got to kill this
You
tonight.
can definitely find something that's sort of like cookie flavored liqueur, which is really just an almond flavor. You can definitely find almond flavored liqueurs.
They look like the characters.
There's an orgeat liqueur, not orgeat the syrup out there. And was that actually called orgeat? We just saw that last week.
Ooh, a baseball game. That's fun.
Oh,
Gettysburg,
hello.
man. Nice. How'd they do?
Opener.
How'd they do?
How did the
hold on.
boys on the gridiron do?
So
you know what I'm talking
half
about.
ounce of the biscotti liqueur, half ounce
make fun.
vanilla liqueur.
Yep.
And then I'm going to add 3/4 of an ounce of fresh lemon juice.
First lemon.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Sorry to interrupt.
That's okay.
Oh, they won! Yay!
Excellent. I like the way you do that because I'm always doing stuff like that. 3/4 of an ounce of... Wait a minute. What the hell was it? And then I look, I'm like, lemon juice?
3/4 of an ounce of something.
Bought my lip. What the hell do I know?
I meant to add bitters to this. Okay,
You
I'm
did?
going to
Okay.
add... Hold on. I'm
What do
going
you
to
think?
add
What do you
2
like?
dashes.
Got some good bitters behind you.
Angostura.
No, to the right of you.
Yep.
Okay, we got the angle. Everybody? Oh,
Okay.
pardon me. I'm so sorry.
So,
Long day.
2 dashes
Everybody.
Angostura bitters.
Everybody should have a bottle of Ango in the house because you can get this at the
Oh
supermarket.
my God. I don't...
The classic old-fashioned style of bitters. There's a lot of more of those on the market than there used to be. This used to be it.
I don't sleep anymore. We finished. Oh my
Sleep?
God, we finished our film.
Oh,
We
yeah, that's right.
finished our film, and I no longer sleep.
And
So because
you
I'm so worried about
you thought
it.
you would finish it and then start
I
sleeping.
thought I'd sleep like a baby.
And
like, no,
yesterday
I don't sleep anymore.
you were flipping because it really didn't look good on our TV. And I'm like, wait a minute. So I wake up today. I'm like, look, let's just put this
It's
on.
the TV. It's not the
We
film.
put it on the 4K monitor, and we're like, this looks fine. This looks totally fine. We put it back on there. It looks like And I'm like, so we need to adjust the TV set, which I did, and I need to adjust it more because it still doesn't look that great.
Eric's getting a lightning storm. Oh, and Gettysburg, man. Yes, happy March.
Oh
Happy
my,
March, everyone.
yes! How about that?
Okay, so we're not quite done. Shake with ice.
Didn't feel much like winter means we didn't get much snow, but boy, we got it now. Made up for it.
Engineers are not good. Ellen is no longer waiting to be finished, Julie. It is done. I've entered it in 5 festivals so far. And the part that's killing me is these festivals you don't even know if you're in until summer. So it's like, okay, I get to be in a state of suspense, but we'll find another way to get it out into the world. So
That is kind of the nature of it, isn't it? That's just the nature of life. You know, you finish, you spend all this time, you work, you finish it, you send it out, and it's The sound of crickets.
Yes,
And
exactly.
you're wait. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Hold on.
It's kind of like you're working. Oh yeah, that's the sound. That's the sound right there. What is it? What is it? If you ever work in some big office and the big boss is demanding this thing, and you're like, I need this today. You send it, and then nothing.
Right.
You're like, all that and what? No, that's a real office
Oh,
space kind of
thank
thing.
you, Errol.
What happened? You know?
Oh, Lisa says Angus bitters are good for soups. Right, yes.
Yeah, it says so right on there. It tells you it's good for a lot of things. It's
Oh my
concentrated
gosh.
flavor.
They had, you
Herbal
had
flavor. It's a great thing in soups.
62 degrees today? That's crazy.
62F.
Hi, Laura. Good to see you.
In Gettysburg and vicinity.
Oh, thank you,
Well
Errol.
low.
Oh, can you hand me a glass, please?
Oh, you need a glass
Cocktail
to pour
glass?
this into. A
Yeah.
cocktail glass. Would you like
I'll
a
just
glass?
drink it like this.
Slug.
Okay.
You know, it's like the coffee pot in UHF. You need a glass that will make this taste 73% better.
Yes, please. If you don't mind.
I don't know. We're good.
If you don't mind.
I don't know. No, we're totally
Thank
good.
you.
Gotta find one that's actually on top so I can get it out of there. That's on top. And zoop.
Thank you. Okay. Strain into a cocktail glass, but I'm not quite done.
There we go.
I'm going to top it. I'm actually going to use a twist, but I'm also going to add, thank you, since it's a case of the Mondays, I'm going to add a float on top of a teaspoon worth of overproof bourbon.
Overproof. So
We
on
had the
Monday,
bourbon.
you need a little painkiller that's a little stronger than all that. I'm telling you.
Aw.
Yeah, 101 is very strange because, of course, there's such a thing as a 100-proof bourbon, normally known as bonded. That's just made a very particular way. That's,
know what?
There's a historical reason there was such a thing. It's actually stored
Giving
in
myself a
government
teaspoon.
warehouses, guarantee of quality, and it's always 100 proof. But then there's 101. I'm like, what the heck?
I need
what's that
another
all about?
spoon. Would you mean another spoon, please?
Sure.
Right. Ideally, I
because
would have measured
you
this ahead of time, but
Need to do this.
because I want to pour it over the back of the spoon to
float it. That's how you do it. So it doesn't completely sink immediately. So you take a sip and you just get that hit right on you. Whoa, baby. Pardon. So sorry.
All right.
Yeah, but definitely.
All right. Thank you. That was silly. Anyway,
well,
okay. And
What it is, folks, what it is.
I'm going to add a twist.
I like mine with a twist.
I like mine with a twist. All right. So this is a case of the Mondays.
Well, sounds like somebody's got it. Well, if you had a case worth, you'd never run out. And now I have 6, so I'll never run out. Let's see.
That's good. That'll cure your Mondays.
That's right in the wheelhouse with the drink penicillin, which is a completely different concept.
You know, I think I am going to add
that's good.
another.
I feel like that would cure you.
I'm going to add another quarter ounce of lemon juice, just
Yeah.
for my own taste. But
Yeah. Bear in mind that 101 proof bourbon is not 100% alcohol. Otherwise, it would just be all
Thank
burned.
you.
There we go.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
It's actually about 50 and a half is what it is,
Right.
which is weird. It's a really weird percentage there.
All right. I'm just working my float in now because I want to stir up the lemon, but got it. All right. Now let's
And boom.
see. It was already good, but
But I just improved it, and boom.
yep.
And I'm really getting that lemon hit. Like that peel is really doing the job. That lemon oil is going to give you the aromatics that go bang. And that has a lot of the same effects that you
changed
would get
this
out
too.
of a dash of bitters. So you're seeing the reason for these things. A bit of
I am
concentrated
happy
flavor.
with that.
Oh, I could have this right now and be just like done. That's good.
If you had $1 million, what you do?
I would do absolutely nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing? You don't have $1 million to do that. My cousin doesn't, he's unemployed. He doesn't have $1 million and he just sits around doing shit. I tell you.
Similar to the pause Art of Noise experienced when wondering if Tom Jones people liked what they did to his cover of Prince's Kiss. Oh man.
Okay. Now bear in mind that you should.
Monday.
You want to throw that apostrophe on the other side of the S because it's Tom Jones. Just saying. Because, Sir Tom would actually want you to get it right. So here we
Sir
go.
Tom.
And you got something and I don't got something.
Well.
What are you waiting for?
They don't let me kill it performance
Coming
if
in.
they don't let me have it tax free. What? Anyway.
Anyway, so I'm making a little something that I liked to call the TPS form.
TPS report.
TPS report, anyway. The TPS report is one of those things that everybody wants to tell you about, and you've probably done 3 times today already, and now you're doing it a 4th time. It is a Department of Redundancy department. So I decided to make it a fairly redundant drink. Let's start with, I need this right in here. 1 big cube in an old-fashioned, using a single old-fashioned because it'll look bigger and it'll impress people. And
Are you impressed?
and I'd like the bourbon, please.
This bourbon?
Yeah, I'll take the bourbon. Yeah, that'll do. So this is actually Adirondack Family Farm Distillery coming up near Lake George, I believe. Isn't this in Queensbury?
It's in the Adirondacks.
86 proof, slightly higher than usual, but very typical proof for Scotch. Very nice.
Nothing more impressive than
American
Tom
bourbon.
and his Jones.
Ow! Woo! You know, if
Da,
you,
da, 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 da.
you hear stories about that kind of thing. When we saw Tom Jones live, we saw a lot of ladies throwing their Jones onto the stage. Woohoo, baby! So 1/2 ounce of bourbon. Doesn't sound like much so far. Okay. So this is the 86 proof Adirondack. All right. And I'd like the bourbon, please.
Burned 1,000,000 pounds in a fire and filmed it? Oh my gosh.
Oh, I've heard about that.
Oh.
So we have the Jim Beam. That's a good place to be. I had heard about that, Eric. Yes.
Two chicks at the same time. Maybe you're him instead of Peter.
And I could also use the bourbon. Oh, yeah, there we go. So the Wild Turkey 101. Again, there we go. So are you getting this so far? And here we go.
Clearing the back bar.
There we go.
Messy, messy.
So that was the bourbon and the bourbon, but then again the bourbon. And how about the Irish whiskey? There we go. So the whiskey, and don't forget about the whiskey. Bang. 1/2 ounce of each. That's a total of a 2 ounce pour. In case this sounds like some crazy Long Island iced tea thing, it's 2 ounces. It's what you would get if you asked for bourbon in a glass. So there you go. It's good base for things. Great place to start. And, you know, bourbon in a glass is booze in a glass over ice. Let's do a little something with that. TPS reports are invariably served with an extreme amount of bitterness, so let's do that too. I'd like the bitters, please. How about the Angostura? Good place to start.
I like when he says 2 chicks at the same time. And he's like, that's it? 2 chicks at the same time? He's like, yeah. And I feel like if I had $1 million, I could set that up.
You know, figured I'd have to have that kind of money for 2 chicks to go with a guy like me. So.
It's like, yeah. Yeah, that's
and
hilarious.
a dash of the Fee Brothers Whiskey Barrel Aged Bitters. And they say, for use in cocktails. Ha! Well, of course, that's what they're
Not
there
just
for.
soups.
Not just soups. I think you could use these in soups because they really have that level of profile. These are literally aged in barrels. They do taste different.
Kenny's ring ma'am says, I'll never forget my first shot of wild turkey because I forgot everything after that. Girls for every boy.
And I could use the
Bitters?
bitters. And the last bitters is going to be the Bogarts. These come to you from the Bitter Truth, I believe. Yeah. Bitter Truth has been doing bitters for some time. They're a company based in Germany. And they actually found an ancient bottle of Boker's bitters and decided to reproduce them. They took a look at what was inside through the gas chromatograph. Yes, gas chromatography gives us these results. Said, yeah, well, you know, that's implausible, but let's adjust for aging processes. And put it together and came up with this. And you know what? It's got a really different profile than what I just put in there. This does not have a dasher top, and I don't have a dasher top, so I'm just going to have to do this business.
Bitter with glitter and spite.
Whoomp. There we go. We'll leave that. We're going to drop for another day.
Harold says, whiskey, whiskey, whiskey. We make beer. Offered some to a coworker. He said, I'm a whiskey guy. Said, I don't think I can legally make that. Yeah, no.
You can't. In your house, no. That's not allowed. Beer, no problem.
You have to go out to the still.
Beer, no problem. Interestingly enough, during Prohibition, it was still legal to make beer
Get it?
at
It
home.
was still legal.
Still legal. Yeah, get it.
Thank
It
you.
was not legal to make spirits. People did it, but bootlegging, hello. But it was legal to make beer and wine for your own personal purposes. And after Prohibition, that remained, and that was still a thing. Although I think a lot of people stopped doing that afterwards because of the work involved. But beer is not particularly hard to batch up. Well, sure. The hell. Good beer, however, is another thing entirely, and that's the thing. I made beer. We made it from a kit. It tasted like beer. I mean, really, the first time out,
Eventually,
it tastes like beer.
it tasted like beer.
But literally, after a week, you've got beer. It's terrible. After 2 weeks, it's better. After 3 weeks, you've got beer. You know? And those who make beer on the regular and with real equipment, it's just like, you're probably nailing it shut because I just don't do it regularly enough to really make it a thing. And I know that, like, I had a kit. It was real easy, blah, blah, blah. If you want to do this at home, like, you want to get the equipment and hygrometer and all that kind of stuff.
When we first tried it, I didn't want to be mean, so I was just like, it's good. But then it got better.
It improved.
It really did. Like, the longer it sat, the better it got. First it was like, ugh.
Look, the classic...
The recipe, like the Baldwin sisters.
The classic American style of beer is a lager. In German, that just means to layer. That is to lay it and they let it sit in the caves at cool temperatures, and they let it rest. It is a reposado beer. They just let it age. Give that a try. I'm going to put a little fizz in that, which I did not bring over.
Ken says, knew a great person who was young during Prohibition. I guess what was different? Answer, not much. Oh, I need a drink. I get it. Okay, let's see. I like that. Oh, you're just going to add a little club soda?
Whiskey. You're thinking that's pretty good?
I like it. Can I
like it.
say?
Mikey, I liked it. It's a good thing, eh? Mm-hmm. Yeah, oh, what the heck?
You're just going to add club soda?
I'm just going to add it.
I feel like you could add, like, bubbles to that.
You could add bubbles
A
to
dash. That'd be good.
Yeah.
I must have a case of the Mondays.
Must
Oh, a case of the Wednesdays.
Some of this hooch is slightly high proof, so I don't mind just adding a touch to just like take it down a bit. That's an important thing with that. It's just a little.
Let's try it
Not a
now.
lot. We'll give it a whirl now. And a little fizz never hurt anything. Seriously.
Nope.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. It's just a tiny little thing, and you'll see when you're making.
Oh, that's really good. Yeah. All right. I'm going to add a dash of club soda to that.
When you have some really good bourbon that's nicely aged and it's higher proof, like 90, 95, 100, 126 proof. Anything above about 84 or so is just fire. It's just adding fire. So really what you're probably going to want to do is just grab yourself a glass of, like, of good water, like, like either a spring water or like filtered water. We have filtered water from the tap over here. It really improves the taste of the water. Otherwise it's all iodine. Okay. And you really don't want that in your glass.
Got it.
And you just have that like with just drops worth. Just take a straw and like drip, 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 and you just take it down.
Oh, see?
Take it down, and then suddenly it's like smooths it out, boom, done, ready to go.
Peter gets it.
Yeah.
Bubbles and whiskey, perfect together. I agree completely.
Works for me. And at the end of the day, what is this? It's a glass of bourbon with some Irish added.
The beer kits are actually outstanding. Okay.
Hello.
All right, good. Don't take my paper. Oh, we got a drink for you after this. Actually, we got two drinks for you after this.
You.
Yeah.
You might see in back of me, actually in back of you, where we have, well, that's funny, we're mirror imaged. How about that?
Are we?
No,
no, we're not. Because it's Office Space.
But I'm reaching over here, and I've got that the wrong way. It's funny. So here we go. We actually have, we do have the Office Space game. This comes to you from, who makes this?
Oh, that's such a good idea, Gettysburg, ma'am. I love it. We should do a Days of the Week happy hour. Monday blues, Taco Tuesday, etc. I love that idea.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Gotta figure out how to make that work, but I love it.
We could literally do 5 days worth happy hour, And whoa, would that be one marathon? I'd better take that week off.
Nothing tiny about those bubbles.
Hey, big potato games, which makes a lot of really fun, kitschy kind of games. Comes together. It's like you love all the post-its completely blanketing the sky. Reminds me of the film Brazil. So this actually came from I think Ollie's.
Ollie's.
I think Ollie's had this.
We tried to play it, and it's like, was it just too complicated or whatever?
No, we didn't even crack open the cards.
I thought we had a couple of drinks, and it was like, ugh, I can't.
And the instructions are all
Ooh, drops of
about-
pure water. Yes.
You've got you have mission cards.
Gettysburg Ma'am loves Ollie's.
Oh, hello.
Ollie's was the inspiration for the store in Ellen Waite's.
You don't say. One of these days, we'll tell you all about it.
Yeah.
So a lot of these cards are like, get a player to do this kind of stuff. So you should probably have like 5 or 6 players to make this sort of thing happen.
Oh, maybe it was because it was just the 2 of us.
Yeah.
Oh, there are stickers.
Stickers. Hi,
Hold
Peter.
on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull them out. Yeah. That'd be great.
Great.
One of them says, "I love kung fu."
Oh, there's a
I
free
could set
there's
the
a free
building
game
on
in here.
fire.
Ah, funny.
What is it?
There's a free mini game.
Oh,
And the greatest thing is about next to the cards.
Inatech. There's an Inatech sticker.
Inatech.
Oh my god.
Penetrode. As a matter of fact, there's also the red swing line.
Get it out
The red swing line. We got to get it out of
because
there.
it squeaks.
It doesn't actually say swing line. It says office space. And yes, it's a squeak toy. It's a squeak toy. So this is awesome. Like you can probably find this game without too much trouble. I don't think it's very expensive, even if it's full price. So this is if you really love the movie, you probably ought to have the game.
I'm not done looking.
Oh, you're
I'm
not
not done admiring the stickers.
Sorry.
Oh, there's the jump to conclusions, Matt.
Jump to conclusions.
The stickers are the best part. There's a Tchotchke's sticker that says Tchotchke's Restaurant, Dining with Flair. There's the swing line stapler, and then there's a book that says Money Laundering 101. And then the printer. Friday is Hawaiian Shirt Day. Oh, the stickers are the best part, really.
For me, is it Wednesday is Hawaiian Shirt Day? But here we go.
Oh, Lisa laughs
It's
about another
Aloha.
Office Space character. Who gets injured is Bill. First name's only and Lumberg.
Yeah. Okay. Hilarious. Big fun.
French Friday.
French Friday.
La la, I should say,
Oh
Peter.
boy. Yeah. So fries with wine and etc. Boy, you could.
Virtual versions of electronic games in my youth. Oh, okay. Oh, so was that an electronic game? I missed something. I'm gonna put this where you can see.
Not
it.
sure what exactly
Can we
we
see
were
that?
talking, but anyway, no. This should have just been a board. That's
Oh.
the thing.
Oh, the little extra game.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
That was not. That was actually like I think it's either a card game or it's just an instructions game. So it's just a set of instructions. I've seen a lot of games like that.
We should play it.
Well, we could.
Does it have a lot of? Oh, and good chocolate. Yeah.
Oh, that does not hurt. We actually got some excellent chocolates recently, right around the corner from my office. Wow.
They're gone now.
What's gone now?
The chocolate.
Oh, I thought you meant my Zell's was gone.
No, the chocolates.
Oh, good. That's the place you want to be. Yeah, there's a place that's literally been there since about 1963. It's Midtown, and you're like, how in the world can this hole in the wall survive being in these ridiculous rents? But they're there making chocolates, hand rolling their bonbons. Wow, those were good. And you can just go there and just say, I'd like a half pound, and they grab a box and they just say, what do you want? Fill the box. Bang. I think it was like 18 truffles. It was really, really, and they have gelati as well. Wow, this is a cool little corner. If you're in Midtown, if you're around the corner from, say, Rock Center, which is where my office is, you got to check this out. You need to know where you're going. You would pass this by in a second and be like, what? Oh, there it is.
It is tiny.
It's a hole in the wall. Classic New York City store.
Emulated version of a Merlin. Emulated version of a
Oh,
Simon.
yeah. Simon, I remember.
Oh, yeah.
Of
We
course.
were just watching Heart to Dummy the other day, and they were playing Simon.
Deep.
But you can still buy Simon.
Simon's still around. It's a classic.
Oh, I meant to say to Gettysburg Ma'am, you were talking about buying books at Ollie's.
Mm-hmm.
I bought a book for Christmas at Ollie's this year, a Christmas gift. That's just, I don't know. That's a complete sentence.
That's
done.
done.
That's
That's
a
it.
complete
That's
sentence.
done. We're done. I did that It's done. And it was delivered.
Asteroids.
Yeah. Asteroids. There we go.
Yep, I remember Asteroids.
I was always fairly terrible at video games except for 3 things. It's really fascinating. What the hell ones were they? Anybody? Video game people over here? All right, I can spill. So there was one that was an Atari game. Now that'll take you back, and now you know how old I am. It had the dragons and the knights. What the heck was that thing called even?
Paula's Manhattan Guru. That's Ken. Oh, and Gettysburg says, yeah, handmade chocolates are so good. This time of year, with a handmade peanut butter eggs. Yeah. We have some peanut butter eggs that aren't handmade, but they're so good. Yep. Yeah, the Amish. Yes. Yeah.
We're not particularly far from where you
David.
could visit an Amish market, are we? No. I would do that, sure. Pennsylvania
Peter's
is
done some Christmas shopping at Ollie's.
something like 20 minutes from us. We can hit PA, and then you just keep cranking. We'd be there in no time. Yeah.
Oh, adventure. Oh, okay. All right. Go ahead. Sorry, I just had to catch us up.
You know, David, I think you've got it. I think it was adventure. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it was extremely bitmappy. You know, this is like
I don't remember that one.
Atari. I don't know what the hell the bits are, but this was pretty rudimentary stuff. This would have been about 1982. And that sounds about right, actually. And there was a castle.
Oh, Julie says adventure too. Yeah,
we go.
Adventure for Atari.
Three dragons, and then the knights, and all that kind of stuff. And there were Easter eggs, as I recall. You feel like if you went through the secret door, you found the little secret Easter egg. It wasn't called an Easter egg then.
Oh, Gettysburg, man. Yeah, let's try to arrange that. That would be amazing.
I would check that kind of stuff out in a mint.
That'd be awesome.
But definitely. So the second game that I had any facility in whatsoever, I believe this was in an arcade back when that was a thing, and you had to go in there with the roll of quarters, unless you were really good. Was I believe something called Tank Battle, and Tank Battle
I've heard of it.
was basically, I think, a takeoff on an actual simulation game from the Army, and you actually were there with your tank periscope, right? And you had your firing buttons, and you were looking at tanks that were basically outlines, sort of like green outlines of your tanks that were facing you. And if you were to get in your targets and zap them, there you go. So this was a really rudimentary looking thing. It looked like a computer game from about 1975. But it was better than that, and I thought it was pretty cool. And I actually was pretty good at it. So that was the only arcade game I ever played that I thought I could stand to do this.
Okay, Atari Tennis. That's Ken.
Mm-hmm.
Peter's favorite was Time Pilot, ColecoVision. Okay.
Coleco.
Yeah.
Battlezone.
Golden Shell. Okay. Oh my gosh, I missed so many of these as a kid. I remember Asteroids. I remember Pong.
Mm-hmm.
Pac-Man, of course.
Of course, the Pac-Man. I remember
a lot of wineries. Oh,
circa 1980.
We got to do this, Gettysburg, man. We got to make this happen.
83 or so, when Pac-Man was released for Atari, and everyone lost their minds.
Oh, okay. David said Battlezone, and Dean says Paul's talking about Battlezone.
Battlezone.
So.
Thank you. There we go. See, I don't remember this stuff, but you do. I remember the game.
Oh,
I remember.
And now we know that Adventure was designed by Warren Robinette. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, we're getting a lot of votes for Battlezone.
Battlezone.
So.
I think that did people enjoy that one? I thought it was a pretty cool game, and I actually was able to do it. Whereas something like Space Invaders was like,
I remember Space Invaders.
2 minutes and I was out. It was just like you're toast. You're absolutely toast.
Oh.
And I know that was like, that was so popular. Oh, everyone was about Space Invaders. I'm like, I can't play this game. I'm out of here. Screw you. Whatever. But the things that I could play, I did. Video games kind of bored me, but if I got the whole mechanic, I was good with it. And then college years, I remember somebody had a bootleg version of a game, which meant that you couldn't ever actually finish it because it didn't have the key, but you could play it. And I recall that being called Impossible Mission. That was a computer game for your PC. I don't recall that being an arcade game. So
what was it?
Impossible Mission.
Sorry.
I think that that used a really tinny version of the Peter Gunn theme. I may be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure. And there was this whole business about jumping levels and grabbing parts, and you had to put them together. And if you jumped and missed, your character would go ah! That was hilarious. And I remember playing this, and I was mediocre, and then I had a few beers, and I was good. So clearly, it's just one of those Johnny Fever type things. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I'm just reading
Galaxian.
Gettysburg Maps comment says, so since there were once field hospitals and lots of soldiers died there, there's literally wine and spirits. Well, it just sounds like something we've driven through, but we've never stopped. So maybe we need to remedy that.
Well, this is the classic pinnacle of that war that was so appalling that it really had people stand back for a second and go, what in the world is happening here? And it was a terrible, terrible damn thing. And in that period of time, whoever was dying was doing it on the battlefield horribly. So it was just, if you were around then, you were just listening to people scream and die. It was just, it's hideous to think about. You know, they just didn't have enough to take care of these people. Yeah. Microbiology, what was that? You couldn't take care of people.
But I'll definitely drink wine
so.
and commune with the spirits.
Commodore 64, thank you. That sounds about right. Because what I was playing it on would have been probably a Commodore. Yeah.
I know nothing about these things. So you're all talking about different systems and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like Charlie Brown's teacher for me. I was like,
I do remember circa 1986 or so, I'm at some yard sale and somebody's got a copy of the mid-70s ColecoVision console. $5. So I bought that and I remember playing it. It was just like you had Pong. And you didn't have much else on there. It was like 3 or 4 games that were really rudimentary.
Did you finish that drink?
Gone. It's kind of quick, wasn't it?
I'm impressed.
It's kind of quick, wasn't it? Yeah, deceptively quick. So I think I'll have a seltzer.
You put that TPS report away.
That's what you want to do with a TPS report. Circular file's a better idea.
Do you want to make your next one?
Nope. I want to have my seltzer.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. I'm about ready to make my next one.
Actually, I'm really thirsty. We just ate before this, and I think that my body is saying put some fluid down. So we're going to take care of that sort of thing. And that first drink isn't hitting me, which means it's going to take
some fluid down
hot
right now.
minute to do so. And here we are talking about all the classics.
The classic video games.
Classic video games.
Yeah, I'm gonna re-rail it to Office Space in a minute because I got another drink to make.
We got these things. I recall that the first console Pong game dates from about 1972. And if I'm not mistaken, it's featured in the film Soylent Green. Pardon me. You can see a Pong console.
Brothers.
They were big, like fiberglass consoles that went around these things.
Ken says, I remember Mario Brothers being the singular most annoying. Okay, yeah, Eric is.
No doubt. No doubt.
Stay a while. Stay forever. Okay, all right. Okay, so.
Now, you used to play something called Bubble Bobble.
I did, but I feel like that was a little bit later. That was like late 80s. Yeah. I feel like you're talking early 80s, late 70s maybe?
We're definitely talking that era.
Yeah.
I didn't play any video games in the 70s. I didn't know
Frogger and I remember Frogger too.
Yeah.
And I remember Space Invaders. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like maybe I just didn't have enough quarters. I don't remember doing these things for hours. I remember doing them and being like, oh, that was fun. Another quarter I'll never see again. But yeah.
At that age, I was better at pinball, which is interesting because now I'm fairly terrible at pinball.
Oh, well, Errol, you're 100% correct.
Skills deteriorate.
Errol says TPS reports. This is what I call non-value added junk that someone in the company thinks is necessary. Bingo.
Was just dealing with some of that today, folks.
Bingo.
Gotta tell you.
Okay, so my next one I'm calling 15 pieces of flair. Now, we know 15 is the minimum, but that's good. Oh, burger time. Yeah, I like the food ones. I'm such a girl like that. Okay.
Food is fun.
Food is fun. Okay, so 15 pieces of flair. I tried this today. I didn't try the drink, but I tried the flair to make sure it works. But we'll see if it works with a drink in the glass.
Put the drink in first.
Okay, so to make 15 pieces of flair, which one of these is this 3/4 of an ounce? Which one of these is 3/4?
The small one is 3/4.
Oh, okay. So we're starting with a wine glass. I gotta go back and look at the comments. Kelly would hate me. Now, you know what? I don't get it, but like, as Paul knows, I do lots of things he doesn't get, and he does lots of things I don't get. And it's
bingo.
Everyone gets along great. I don't insist that you do my thing. I don't insist you do,
In this
whatever.
house, you do your thing because no one's getting harmed.
Oh, pinball. Peter Rock Fantasy is right there for you. Just let us know when you're going. Non-added
touch.
value junk is the bane of all corporate organizations. Exactly. Okay.
Look, there's always somebody higher up the chain who wants to actually make a name and wants to actually prove value by saying, I am actually going to come up with a different process for the company. And maybe that person comes complete with a process from last organization.
This is really 3/4 of an ounce. It says up here, but I can't read it.
Oh, wait, you get the wrong one. Bang.
So say that looked a little too big. Okay, so I'm starting with
This is the pony in the shot.
3/4 of an ounce of blue curacao.
You know, higher level execs always get poached from other companies. They never actually interview.
I need
They always
pineapple
just like
juice.
somebody like recruits them. Pineapple?
Yep. Can you go grab that can on the top shelf, please?
Can do. So
I'm using can.
they arrive at the company with their great plan from the other company, and then they'll put it into place and say, yes, here's a new thing for HR, blah, blah, blah. We're going to fill out this thing, and you do that. And then 2 years later, these people get poached and they move on. So whatever damn thing you were doing during that period for HR, you stopped doing because who the hell cares? Been there, done that, had some of that.
Here's
So
this.
have you.
Hello, I'm Eric. A copyright infringement waiting to happen. Ooh, we used to have a pinball machine called Haunted House. Played the things my fingers cramped. I love pinball. I will definitely go in for pinball. Oh. It's frustrating to find others play. Oh, John and Missy, hi. Good to see you. Yay, I'm so glad you're here. So yes, we're on the Office Space drinks, and this one's called 15 Pieces of Flair, and I will be adding 15 pieces of flair to this, but I forgot my pineapple juice. I'm using canned. We didn't juice a pineapple.
Yeah.
Whatever. Okay, so this was 3/4, thank you, 3/4 of an ounce of blue curacao. This is going to be a sangria. This is going to be a blue sangria. 3/4 of an ounce pineapple juice. A ½ ounce fresh lemon juice. We might end up needing more lemon juice. Just saying.
You know, as we
Just
go
saying.
along,
All
things
right.
might happen. You never know.
Okay. And
Stuff
then,
is stuff.
You mind?
Don't mind at all.
Thank you.
Please. I'm going to keep this behind us.
Oh, I left my wine
Good
out in the
use.
tiki room now.
If you would grab that, I'll just stand here and do this for a while.
Ford Ashes orange bitters. And then let me go grab my white wine.
Grab your wine.
Be right back. I put it out in the tiki room to keep it
Nice and cold. It's pretty cold out there. As promised, I will continue to. I'll go back to the comments. Not a problem. What the hell am I doing for your late joiners? This is the red swing line from the Office Space game. Hilarious. So
It's like the dog chew toy version.
it's literally a dog chew toy.
Okay.
Although it actually says Office Space on it, so it is. It's a
Right.
branded thingy.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
so,
a thingy. Boom!
All right. Hi, Danielle. Good to see you.
Mastermind. Oh yeah.
Oh, wait,
Oh
Hold
Mando.
on.
It sounds like a big cheat, doesn't it? Yep.
Hey. Okay. All right. Awesome. Okay, so chilled, cheap, dry white wine. To
Oh,
fill.
that's a great term, Dean. Rainmaker.
All right.
Never any
All right.
rain.
That's enough.
There's always some hotshot up there with
know-
some great exec idea, and I think to myself, I've heard a lot of these. I'm not impressed with any of these.
I will.
The big plan. It's like, what is really going to make it happen? How about hire good employees? you
I'm
know?
going to add a cube or two of. That was splashy. A cube or two of ice, just because. All right, now for the flair.
And now for the flair.
Now for the 15 pieces of flair.
No, John, man. Now you're actually an IT guy. Talk about your programmers. Oh, here we go.
okay.
Here we have our Samir joining us finally. You got your flair going on?
I'm adding 15 pieces of flair. So I'm going to start with my little
Umbrellas.
umbrellas.
Careful with that. They're
I'm
hard to
being-
punch in there.
I'm being very careful.
Yep. Don't want to spill your blue drink.
No, I really don't.
The funny thing is, at the end of this, she has to put a straw in there somehow.
Oh, I tried it today. It works. Okay. So, that's 5. 5 parasols.
Very funny, Eric.
Okay.
You notice in the movie how he like after he just like completely zones out, then he's out there fishing, comes back to the office with this like big muskie or something, and he's just like gutting it and throwing it on the GPS reports. A little icky, but that's the opinion.
3. Okay, so that's 8, 9, 10, 11.
And there we go.
I'm not done.
You know, you're not quite at the
But
minimum there.
I gotta. No.
You know, Joanna, if you just want to do the minimum,
Okay. I gotta get my.
Which
Gotta
you
make
are
sure I
not
can
at
get my
yet.
straw in.
which you're not currently, you're
All
not
right,
at that.
My straw's in. This is. What are we up to? 13.
13. Oh, you got your straw in. Good. Okay, that's a good thing.
14.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got some flowers here, some plastic flowers. 15.
And you know the great thing about
Ta-da! 15 pieces of flair.
we're calling this one the bare minimum. Now we're calling this 15 pieces of flair. But this is it is the bare minimum, isn't it? We're gonna try that. I bet I'd want one of those.
I bet you do too. It has a little bit of ice. You would probably want more, but
Oh, I like that. That's like
it's good, right?
that's like scumbag punch.
It's so like scumbag punch. It's so stupid.
There's a story about that.
It's so
which is
stupid. Oh, you know
hilarious.
what? I gotta make I gotta make my little
Oh, you got a zhuzh.
I gotta zhuzh.
Got a zhuzh.
I gotta zhuzh my
It's totally true.
my flair.
Totally and absolutely true.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Okay, Julie, I've had that experience more than once, and the simple thing is that
Here we
people
go.
that people
Sorry. Oh, 15 pieces of flair.
to your experience, A, people don't know what they damn want. B, well, if all you have to do is, well, then you could do it. I mean, you, not me. That's the thing. You know, so that's the thing. That's the frustration that you have with it. It's like if you could do it better, you know, you got PowerPoint too, sucker.
Gettysburg Ma'am says, now that is Instagram worthy. You know what? While we're live, maybe I'll take a picture of it.
And ding.
This is since my phone is no longer powering the broadcast. You can all watch me Instagram
And
it.
I really genuinely like that that quote there where she's like, well, you got this and you got that. She's like, I don't like talking about my flair.
I only talked about my flair.
Yeah, no, she doesn't.
Oh, the lighting's terrible. Hold on.
She's not about her flair, so she doesn't really want to go into long discussions about this because she has them already
Oh, I gotta do
with
it at the
Stan.
office space.
And you know who's playing Stan in the movie? Anybody? Who's playing Stan? Her D-bag boss.
There we go.
Now Lisa likes to show her flair, but Joanna, on the other hand, meh. You know how it is.
I don't like to talk about my
I
flair.
don't like to talk to my flair.
All right, I got a picture. I don't know if I'll actually post it, but I got the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Okay, I feel like we've missed so much. Yeah, we need to talk about your flair.
No, I think I've been catching up with the comments. I think we're good. You know, I'm really
Let's
happy
talk
to have
about
a
my flair.
bottle of seltzer in back of me because I'm super thirsty tonight. So I just keep refilling. Besides, I just slugged down 4 ounces of bourbon. No, I slugged down 2 ounces of bourbon.
All you have
So-
to do is, oh no, Julie, really?
Yeah.
All you do is, oh no, that's crazy.
I've had people literally tell me, well, we need this, but we need this in this amount of time. And I would say it's going to take twice that amount of time. Well, you don't have to do that. You have to do this, blah, blah. You don't have to take that much time. And I was saying, if I'm doing it, it's going to take this much time. But you don't have to do that. I don't understand. I'm like, well, then you do it.
Why am I doing this?
Then I'm not doing this. You know, and I was just like, I left it at that. And it was a really difficult period because it was like I was expected to jump through hoops. And I just, like, I lost it. And I'm like, I'm not jumping through that hoop. I can't do that for you today. But if you are such a hotshot that you can nail it shut, then you go to town. She didn't. And there you go.
She didn't.
She didn't. You know, you want it. Do you want it fast? Do you want it good? You don't get both.
How many pieces of flair are you up to?
Oh, I don't know. Let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Deficient. Guess I better get some more.
I have no flair. But I have 15 pieces in my drink.
See, doing pretty well. And boom, boom, boom.
Oh, I love the comments. They're so funny. Hilarious. Yeah, I just thought 15 pieces of flair. It is so tacky, and I love it. There's an episode of the TV show Rhoda, the Mary Tyler Moore spinoff, where they go to a tiki bar in New Jersey.
Jersey.
And the plot is that Brenda is dating a married guy, and she can't accept that he's married. But Rhoda, of course, is like,
Figures it out in 2 seconds.
he's married because he won't see her in New York at all. Like, he'll only see her across the bridge in New Jersey. So Rhoda and her husband, Rhoda and Joe decide they're gonna like double date with Brenda and her married boyfriend, and they go to this tiki bar. And every drink that comes out is like this. It's like more ornamental than the last, and they're all in coconuts and pineapples, and they've got like 20 umbrellas coming out of them and stuff. As the characters are getting more and more angry, the drinks get more and more festive, and the waitress is in like the bikini top with the hula skirt and everything, and she's so cranky. It's the best. Paul could use some extra bourbon to take the edge off. Gettysburg Ma'am, I love tacky too. Bring it in. I love tacky. Tacky is the best.
Oh, tacky's the old idea.
He added. I'm so confused. You added a Nixon pin and an Adelaide pin.
I want to be balanced.
Like troubled.
Probably pretty hard to see
I'm
on
troubled
this,
by
on
your
the broadcast,
flair.
but people were actually reading the pins on top of my hat. So
Yes, the more
I
over
don't
the
doubt.
top, the better. Amen.
This is the thing. This is I
I'm
want.
troubled by your flair.
I'm troubled by your flair. So, I am thinking that it's probably time for me to get another one of these things going.
Yep.
Now, I forgot to put the lemon peel in my first drink because it was really just a shot of bourbon.
I could put it in
a
mine.
glass.
Then I'd have extra flair.
Yeah, but you couldn't possibly get it in there without
have to, like,
completely disrupting
remove some stuff
everything.
and
So, no, you're
cram it in.
you're kind of done with your flair over there. Just saying. I need to find a tall glass.
There are tall glasses down there.
There are.
There you go.
Bing! This will do. I like this one with the little rings on it. This is a
Fiestaware.
Fiestaware is Homer Laughlin?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. There we go.
Although I don't even know if you can get those anymore.
They
Because that was from the Betty Crocker catalog back when they had that.
long time gone, and those date from when we were
Oh,
married.
Peter,
which was
I know
some
the
years.
answer to this question. What does Carlton the Doorman and Garfield have in common? I know the answer to this.
Possibly one of the producers of the show Rhoda, and writers, as a matter of fact, and also.
The voice of Garfield.
Well, yes, I mean it's right there. Yeah, the voice of Garfield is in fact Carlton. Yeah.
I wasn't going to give it away. He did.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Hello, this is Carlton, your doorman. Yes, Carlton. So, big fun.
I love Carlton.
He's kind of awesome. He's like, was it Fred, the doorman on the Jeffersons? He was kind of always on the take.
Now, what was...
It's hilarious.
Hold on.
I gotta find these things out. Ned Mortimer actually
Yeah.
played him. I do remember that enough to be able to say so on the
He
air.
wasn't... What the hell was his name, though?
Ralph.
Ralph the doorman,
Ralph the
not
doorman.
Fred.
Yeah.
I
was
knew
thinking of a
I knew
different
Fred was wrong.
Yep. Well, you see, you did. So you called me on that. That's good. So the next one we were going to do for my next hat trick, well, check this out, folks.
You said hat trick, and I looked over at a hat, so I put it on the Campari.
Hat on top of the Campari does not come with a hat.
Nope.
But the what was it, Booker's or Brokers bourbon? No, gin comes with a little bowler. Booker's, I think.
Booker's.
Booker's.
Yes.
English gin, very good. I think it's about 90 proof, which is kind of cool. And comes with a little hat. You can have some fun with that.
You can get
So-
you just pay a lot. eBay. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So what we need here is to put together
This is like hanging over my face.
a little something called the Red Swing Line. Simple. I wanted to make this really simple. I was looking at the film and saying, well, what do they drink anyway? We're talking about drinks. What do they drink? They drink a hell of a lot of Miller products. Obviously a sponsor of the movie. And in one scene, Peter is drinking a martini. Pretty big one, too. Didn't see any olives. I bet it was vodka.
I bet it was water
since
because
they
it was
drink
a prop.
a hell of a...
Are you going to do the Campari after?
No verisimilitude? Yes. Since I'm drinking a hell of a lot of lagers, I am pouring some lager in here. This happens to be a Kona, not Miller product. Miller has not sponsored us, so I'm not using them.
I think Miller paid for product placement in the film.
You don't say.
Yeah, because there's a lot of Miller in Office Space. Eric says, I'd like to see Garfield, Carlton the Doorman, and Stephen Wright in a debate. It'll be the most low-key debate ever.
So anyway. My folks come across some Euro. So, there we go. Make room. Next, grab me the Campari. And I said, what, an ounce?
You said an ounce.
All right, that's like an ounce right here. And boom.
I bet I'm going to like this. I know it sounds disgusting, but I bet I'm going to like it.
The red swing line I thought should be red, and I thought I would make it red by pouring in a red substance. This is pretty damn red. This, I think, used to be colored with carmine. I'm not sure it still is. That, of course, is also known as cochineal, which is made from the crushed bodies of extremely red beetles. Yes, I'm drinking insects. Yeah, it got a little red.
You could always add some red food color if you were so inclined. But I think you don't have to.
I've heard of red beer, and I've certainly heard of red ale, which I think is a pretty good idea because it probably really means they're serving pale ale. Literally my favorite style. I would do that. If you're in the UK and you want to grab something that you think is a pale ale, ask them for a bitter, and you're going to get the same product. Oh yeah, try that out. Adds a little bit of an edge without really being overpowering.
Oh, I love it. I knew I would, and I do.
And boom.
Yeah, some of these lagers, I have to confess, like, we've made so many Boilermakers
Type
and
drinks.
yeah, so many beer cocktails in our day that sometimes I have one of these lagers. It's missing something. What's it missing? More booze.
More
That's
booze.
what it's missing. So
What about a little more booze? Can we get that, please?
we can. That's really good. The red swing line is good.
Yep. And the red swing
I'm a
line, of course,
fan.
is a dog toy. Boom. Hilarious. This comes again from the Office Space game. Get yourself a game. You got yourself your own red swing line.
Now, is the little enclosed game something we could play now, or
On
is
air?
it just too involved?
I have no idea. I haven't cracked it, so I really couldn't tell
Let's
you.
find out.
We check it out.
Shall we?
We've got some TV going over there.
You're
that is-
drinking insects.
Yes, we're drinking insects.
If you eat bread, you eat insects. Oh, yeah, when you worked at a wheat farm.
Mm-hmm.
I try not to think about these things, but I know you're correct.
One could actually look at the number of animal products that happen to be in the foods that you're
Free
eating.
mini game. Grab it. 2 to 4 players. 2 to 6 players. We could do this.
This is called Don't Get Got from Big Potato. Minigame.
Oh, it's not an Office Space game?
This is not Office Space. Nah, this is something else entirely. No, you could play this, but it's not the same thing. I mean, it's not Office Space, so we're not really playing that on the air.
Right.
Anyway, we'll put it aside. We'll play it later.
Right.
It'll be fine.
All right.
Good. It's just they threw a little bone at you, a little mini game. That's fun. My buddy Joe, who runs
Play
games
Office Space
on
game.
a regular basis, a real world gamer type, like he really appreciates fun things like that. Flaney was in a Campari commercial? Oh, no way.
I don't even remember that, Peter. Really? Wow.
As far as directors in booze commercials, I think people remember a different director in a different booze commercial
And if you
a
don't,
little well. And if you don't, we can drop that link on you right there. There's a story behind that, and there's a very involved story behind that. And apparently, he was not schnockered. He'd been up all night.
pardon me.
He'd been directing for like 30 hours, and he was completely like out of his mind, so he took a sleeping pill.
Who are you talking about?
What were you talking about?
No, I know, but you didn't say, so I'm sure people are confused.
Oh, you're asking about that sort of thing. Yes. Well, this would be Mr. Wells, and apparently he shows up on the set and he tells the director, "I just took a sleeping pill and I'm getting a little loopy." They went ahead with it anyway, so of course he sounds completely schnockerinoed, and those were the ads, but it's the outtakes that were used that are hilarious. It's, Orson Welles, the big drunk. Actually, he was on drugs, so there you go.
He wasn't drunk. He was on drugs.
They're on drugs, so
He'll sell no wine before it's
That's
time.
the classic.
Oh, it was in Italy. Oh, okay.
Oh, excellent. Well, of course.
Wow.
Of course.
I love it.
I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
That-
Well,
that's
I'm
like-
sure YouTube will provide.
Because I think that there was like a special award for Fellini sometime in like the late 80s on the Academies.
Oh, yeah.
And I think I remember seeing him, and he had a translator and everything. And like, he just looked like exactly what you would expect for an Italian film director. And he was just, he really
What does that
like,
even
had this
mean?
thing. Yeah. But I also remember seeing, one of his well-known stars, Mr. Mastroianni, in person. And he was
He
just-
did. He met him.
I did not meet him. No, I didn't.
Oh, I thought you talked to him.
No, I didn't talk to him. I should have. But I was just kind of like, man, I don't know, But he was just right out there having a smoke. He was just like the dapper man in white.
You missed the
Wow.
opportunity.
Yeah, it's gone now. Gone forever. Sorry, suckers.
You got a fanboy when you have the chance.
Well, I wasn't really into fanboying at that exact moment.
Are you
Although,
now?
in retrospect, I could have also simply seen the man and said, hello and thank you for your work. Real simple, done. Walk on by.
See?
You could do something like that. Mm-hmm. You don't have to like lord all over it or freak out. You can just tell people, thank you for the work. I also saw Steve Martin in person, and he is every bit the germaphobe you would think. He was in and out of the store so fast. Like, ooh, I think you really need to set up a private meeting and I'll wear a mask or something, and then we'll take care of you. He was looking for music. Well, we could have definitely showed him a lot more music than he saw in like the
Trying to
10 minutes in
make
the
my
store.
straight face forward.
Just showing it. All sorts of people came into the store that looked like people who you knew from the movies, from the stage. They were.
You lost
They
that
were.
love and
Yes.
feeling. Oh.
Oh, yeah, Chase, seriously. The thing about selling the wine before its time is that Gallo was not actually known for that level of quality at the time, and I'm not sure it is now, but they sold a lot of wine. The
This
simple
was
fact
Paul
is-
Masson.
Oh, was it Masson? Why was I
Yeah.
thinking Gallo? Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, it was Paul Masson.
Oh, Paul Masson, that's right. We will sell the wine. Is Masson still kicking around? Are they
I don't
are they in? Are they
know.
out? I don't know.
Who's the bigger germaphobe, Steve Martin or Howie Mandel? I don't know.
Never heard about Mandel, so I can't tell you. Martin, I've heard very specific things about that he's really paranoid. It reminds me of people that
It's
we
Paul
know well.
Masson. It's Paul Masson.
Masson. It reminds me of people we know well, and all I can say is, like, ever since the past few years, I'm kind of joining them.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Talk to Bob
Pro
Mold about
wrestling.
pro wrestling. Oh, that's hilarious.
Is he a fan? I didn't realize. That's kind of hilarious. He's,
You met a lot of famous people at Footlight Records.
they came in. People came in. Mostly musicians. Musicians need to listen to music, so they do. I mean, that's sort of a redundant thing to say. They would come in to find material,
You're right.
to find stuff they were interested in. You would find musicians who were just like massive record collectors. I remember the guy who really cleaned up one day was Mike Patton. Mike Patton from Faith No More and Mr. Bungle. He comes in, and he came in on the recommendation of John Zorn. So he's like, well, yeah, I heard about this place. Anyway, so I said, well, okay, here's what you need to do. And like, you fill out the numbers on the piece of paper. And then I went and collected like 165 CDs for him. It was just this massive quantity of stuff.
Wow.
He was going for a ton of soundtrack stuff. But it was like, no other store had this.
Oh, Bob
this-
Mold's a big fan of it. Oh, wow. Okay. All right.
This store had that stuff and all the Broadway stuff and all the classic vocalists and a whole ton of jazz. And actually a very good selection on rock records. It wasn't huge, but it was pretty well curated. But if you were going in there, you wanted some Frank Sinatra, you wanted some Julie London, and the store had that. And it's like, well, like, I don't really have a record player anymore. This was in the 90s. Like, I need some CDs. Bang. We got some CDs from France, from Japan, from, Spain. There were some really great reissues of RCA stuff that came from Spain in the 90s. A ton of, like, Mancini soundtracks, and they just sounded brilliant, and they were just very cool. And you're not thinking that's exactly where you would turn to, but that was the place to be. Absolutely.
I loved that store. When Paul and I first met, he was working there. And this
I can admit
was,
it.
I'm not going to say pre-internet, but it was anyone having the internet.
Pretty expansive internet anyway.
So, I know the internet existed long before that, but
it was pretty small at the time.
But this was before any of us had it at home. Mm-hmm. So I would go into the store, and anything that I was interested in, I could find on a record. It was crazy because I was working at an entertainment photo archive.
Hello.
So I'd be going through photos all day, and I'd be like, oh my God, Pink Lady. I remember Pink Lady from when I was a kid. And like, you would go to his store, and there was a Pink Lady record.
Just Pink Lady record. Which is kind of a soundtrack.
Before we all had Google, this was big. Or before we could just go to YouTube and watch Pink Lady. So many things that I would mention to Paul. And like later that day, I'd have it on a cassette because he copied it from a record at work.
There was some capacity for that. I'm just telling you. It was a great collection. I sort of miss that aesthetic. And there are a lot of small stores around that are really reclaiming that currently.
Yeah.
That they'll go into that are really just curating it, that are like playing great stuff on their system. Maybe they even sell a little equipment. You can buy yourself a little turntable, a couple of powered speakers. You're ready to go. And they just play some records. And like on the subject of we'll listen, Paul. Do records sound better than CDs? I think. What are you listening to right now? That's what sounds good. We listen to everything around here. We're format friendly. I was just transcribing something today. Do I actually still have?
Oh, I remember Pink Lady. Yep.
Let's see.
Do we have what?
I was just transcribing this.
The Pink Lady record's up in the attic, but he did give me the Pink Lady record.
So this is for all of you.
Oh, geez.
In the know. Here's what originally was a blank tape. This is a Maxell 3590.
Hi, Chaz. Good to see you.
90 minutes worth of open reel tape at 7.5 inches per second.
Local record stores are the best.
Oh, they kick ass.
Yes.
And what's on here, I've actually written the notes. What's on here is my friend's brother's band in 1991 in Hoboken playing live. And I literally, we arrived there. This was like a gig that started at 10:30. We arrived there at 10:30, probably on a Saturday. I'd have to check the dates to figure that part out because I brought the dates down. And I haul in an open reel tape machine, throw this tape on, had to find AC power, put a microphone, and we recorded the gig. And people around us are looking like, what the hell are they doing, I think when
But you at least knew the performers.
I knew the performers. So
you weren't just in there with your gigantic rig, just bootlegging.
Hi, mind if I bootleg the show? Blah, blah, blah. Hey, we're recording here. Shut up, But I remember the greatest thing was getting the AC power, and I think the person who realized what we were doing just looked at us like we were on glue. Like, what? So I slapped this thing on. This tape is literally 32 years old. I put it on. Brilliant. Sounds absolutely brilliant.
And he played it today.
Yeah, I was putting it up on the machine. My friend was like, do you still have that? I'm like, of course I have this.
Well, speaking of, I think you can announce who this is because...
Yeah, sure.
He's in the Long Island Blues Hall of Fame.
He is on the Long Island Blues Hall of Fame. I mean, it's a classic, too.
Who even knew Long Island had a Blues Hall of Fame? But he's in it.
And the island's got a lot of blues bands.
Yeah. Do they really?
Yes.
Good night, Gettysburg Ma'am. Thank you for dropping by.
Thank you so much. It's awesome. This is Speedo Jones. So if anybody knows Speedo from the whole thing, he's been playing blues for...
Ring Around the Rosie. Oh, man. Eric, that
45 years anyway. I actually miss being able to go into a store and buy these because these were really great tapes, but they were kind of expensive at the time, and I don't have too many of them. But if anybody knows somebody who's got a box of these kicking around, sealed or even used, that'd be awesome. It was a lot of fun. It worked really well on my machine. So.
Too Many Rings Around Rosie.
Oh yeah, Rosie is wearing a ring.
Does anyone know that song?
I know that song. Yeah.
Too Many Rings Around Rosie.
And I'm trying to remember where that date's from.
It's earlier than you think.
Is that like?
Oh, hi, Adam. Good to see you.
Was that like in Funny Girl because it was actually a?
I think. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the era for it.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
Sounds like it too.
Too Many Rings Around Rosie. Hold on.
Yeah.
No, Nanette. Elaine Stritch.
Oh, Stritchy. That's I have heard that because
I love
we
Elaine
own
Stritch
that.
so much.
Yes. Yeah, Stretch recorded a couple of albums, and one of them was in 1956.
Was Pink Lady up there with Plastic Bertrand?
No.
I was gonna say I don't know Plastic Bertrand. Should I?
Plastic Bertrand
You
is
do.
probably the most famous Belgian performer outside of Front 242, who we know better because they're getting a lot of play these days.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
and of course, Bertrand is well known for
Hi, Amy.
one song, and that song is the exact same music track as another song, and if you can name
What
that,
is
you
it?
get a prize.
Do I know it?
No, you do not. You don't know the song, you don't know the cover, but anybody who can name what Plastic Bertrand covered in his huge hit, a big no prize coming your
Well,
way.
now I'm getting incensed
Oh.
because I feel like you're telling me what I know.
I'm not telling you what you know. What do you know? You don't know.
How do you know I don't know?
Well, what do you mean?
You're
What do you
telling me,
mean?
like, oh, you don't know it. Like, what do you? How do you know I don't know it?
I believe you do not know the original song behind this because it's obscure. And
I know obscure
you've
songs.
never actually brought this one up, and that's why, and I know you a long time, so I don't think you know that. Do you know the Bertrand song? Probably have heard this. Probably.
The Damned, Amy says.
The Damned did a great cover of
Hi,
that.
River City Handsome. Good to
Yes.
see you.
There we go. Bang. Yeah.
The train called. Yeah, he's having the red swing line right now, which is literally
Which is to say,
bearing Campari, and it is surprisingly delicious. I'm gonna have that next.
quite nice.
I'm having
Little
15,
bitterness with the beer.
15 pieces of flair.
yeah.
There are literally 15 pieces of flair in this drink, and it goes down. You should pardon the expression, surprisingly quickly. So,
Yep, Jet Boy. I remember the first time I ever heard this was on,
hello, William.
there's an early 80s hits collection on the Dam that my friend had, my friend Tom. And I remember listening to this, and I knew the song. And then years later, I hear the Bertrand thing. I'm like, hey, wait a minute,
Pour moi.
that's actually Jet Boy. Yeah,
Hi, Mike.
the actual lyric is "Ça plane pour moi," which I cannot translate. So something for you.
Oh, Mike
Anyway.
has the same hat. Fewer pins, though.
Oh,
Oh,
there we go. No, it's a great hat. Great hat. It's a who makes this?
I forget.
It's a Panama hat anyway. Bijali, of course.
All right.
My other one has it like right in the crown, but this one does not.
All right, 15 pieces of flair bit the dust.
I didn't realize that Jet Boy is actually a cover. It was originally by Elton Motello. And this didn't get a lot of airplay, but you know, the lyrics are really blue. They're really off. So like
right.
I think American radio at the time had a real problem with that. But the Dam didn't have any problem with that whatsoever. They covered that with aplomb. In the meantime, like Motello's company gave the song to Bertrand, who got a big hit out of it.
I'm
So
going to have that too.
what I
She
did?
had me a
Shall we?
tall glass. I'm going to have the red swing line stapler too. Thank you.
Don't mind if you do.
So, for those of you just joining us, the red swing line is merely Campari and beer. But I've had two very strong drinks this evening. I had a case of the Mondays, which was bourbon and bourbon. And
bourbon?
a few other things. And then I had my blue sangria, which was 15 pieces of flair, which was delicious.
I, of course, have had
But
a TPS report, which
since
is bourbon and bourbon and bourbon and Irish whiskey.
Since I need to be functional tomorrow, I'm going to switch down to the red swing line.
And since TPS reports always come with bitter tears, it also featured bitters and bitters and bitters. That was it.
So the red swing line is an
Shot of
ounce
bourbon
of
with some bitters.
Campari
Easy.
and fill with chilled lager. Okay, hold on. Rings around Rosie. Had a friend that was sent a certain country to find out why the stainless steel gaskets kept going missing. Call from airport. The guy's selling them as bracelets. What? Oh my gosh, that's like
Trains and planes and
planes, trains, and
automobiles.
automobiles. When Del Griffith is selling the shower curtain rings as
curtain
earrings.
rings. And he's selling them. That means he's a good salesman.
As earrings.
Ultimately, he's got the thing going on. Thank you, William. Ça plane pour moi is exactly how to type that. I don't actually have that
Ooh, a blue Hawaiian.
key
That's
on my
a good
keyboard,
one.
so I was kind of screwed, which is kind of great. It's a really great driving
I
song.
highly encourage a Blue Hawaiian.
Fantastic piece of new wave, and the fact that it has a long lineage in back of it is great. And the fact that there's a song called Jet Boy, Jet Girl that the Damned covered is too killer. That's awesome. I like the Elton Matilda version, and I adore the Damned. They're just great. They're my favorite of that era of punk groups. Yeah, I'm in for them.
Yep,
I do like them. I like them better than the more popular punk bands from the UK at the time. So.
Well, what do you consider the more popular punk bands?
Well, there's the Pistols, who I
So we thought of the
don't like as much.
Right?
I don't like as much.
Wait, who?
Oh, the Pistols.
Oh, well. Yeah.
Although, like, really, of all of those groups, I could probably listen to X-Ray Specs to the cows come home. Those folks just really kill it, and they've just got an extremely abrasive singer. So.
They were shark rings, right?
So.
This is good.
Good little
you
thing
want
we
to add
got
a little
going on.
something to your beer?
A little Campari will not hurt anything.
I know, and Campari is really you either love it or you hate it. There's no in between.
I will put it this way: nobody in their right mind drinks this stuff straight up because it's extremely bitter.
Ooh, Mike, that sounds amazing. Mike says
you
I'm
put
having
it with soda.
Mike says I'm having a salted caramel bourbon I picked up in Port Townsend, Washington.
Hey,
that sounds good.
Well, that sounds like fun.
That sounds really good.
We've heard of salted caramel things, but that's the first bourbon I've heard
Milton's Revenge. I thought about that.
Excuse me.
I should
Read
have
my swing line.
I should have picked up. Well, okay. So at the end of the film, when he says, "I ordered a Mai Tai, and I got a pina colada," the pina colada is blue. So I thought about I forgot to pick up coconut milk today because I thought you could do a pina colada and make it blue, but
Yeah.
And then he's like, "I ordered a margarita with no salt, and it had salt." Yeah. Anyway.
Big, huge grains of salt. I could go to another resort. I could write to them. Get the police
Peter
condemned.
says my favorite band from that era is probably the Buzzcocks. Okay.
Buzzcocks, I believe from Manchester. Am I wrong? I don't want to be wrong, but I had heard recently that they were a bit contra, like some of these groups you've heard. You've heard the Birmingham groups, and you've heard the Manchester groups.
Duran Duran's from Manchester.
Yeah, there you go. I'm suspecting that they knew the Buzzcocks
Just
well. I like the Buzzcocks a lot. They actually are straight and hard and just make it happen. That sounds obscene, I know, but it's just they and considering their obscene name, then it kind of makes it more so. And I should really just stop right now. But no, I think they're fantastic.
You need to stop talking
because
that's my Olivia Benson.
You need to stop talking because they're just straight ahead hard pop. That's it.
The Foreskins. Don't say sorry to nobody. Yes.
Foreskins. All right, excellent. Manchester. Yep.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I've heard of this. Gene Shepard made up a drink called Rasputin's Revenge. Strawberry yoo-hoo and vodka. I've heard of that.
You mean Pepto-Bismol?
Oh, God.
Woo! Wow. That's going to be a thing. Buzzcocks and the Damned should be touring together for sake. I know the Damned were touring.
Hi, Abra. Good to see you.
Last year we saw they were touring with Blondie, as a matter of fact, which is a great pair.
Yes.
That's a great pair. And I saw the Damned in 1985 on the Phantasmagoria tour. Oh, they were on fire. I didn't even remember the opening act, but they were just fantastic. They nailed it shut. Great stuff. They did a couple of songs in their that were sort of covers. They played a lot of stuff from Phantasmagoria, which is very gothy, spacey, and a lot of stuff from Machine Gun Etiquette, which is just straight ahead, hard sounding punk. I thought they were great. I thought they just sold it to the crowd, and this was in the Ritz in New York City, and it was just crowded to hell. Yeah.
I've lost track of the conversation. Who?
I'm talking about the Damned.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about Damned. And we can dig it.
We can dig it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Because when we were driving through Connecticut last year, we were seeing billboards of Blondie and the Damned. Okay, it's coming back to me.
Now,
we should have gone.
I saw them in some big sweaty club, and they were playing at a casino.
Oh, Lisa's still on Facebook.
Which would have been a slightly different experience. So, but I love the fact that these things are appearing at casinos because you can actually get seats these days.
That's the thing.
What was
The fact that you can go see The Damned in a casino.
because what was Christy saying
I
recently
feel like we
about?
should go see The Damned in a casino just because we can see The Damned in a casino.
I think Christy and everybody is talking about that Sisters of Mercy tour where the Boston gig is in some club where you have to stand, and all of these all their fans are like,
oh, hell no.
"Nah, I'll stay home.
No,
I'll watch
no,
the
no,
videos
thank
later.
you.
Screw that."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Damn it, yeah, I'm not going to stand for a group at this point in time. Screw that. Give me a seat, man."
The conversation is great. I'll let you all read it, but yeah, the comments are the best.
No, absolutely.
But yeah, I feel like
Still in jail.
if The Damned are playing a casino,
We should really go see them.
we really should go see them.
And
in a
never seen
casino.
Blondie, so like fair enough.
I haven't either.
Fair enough, dude. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
That was New York in that thing. Anyway, so
Oh, they're on a plane.
Nick Rauken. Amy agreed. Yeah, that's a really good cover, and I that's a fantastic song from the original group who were so paranoid of touring that they never exploited it properly. So it's good that it got
Why were
covered
they paranoid of touring?
because our lead singer was a weirdo. You know, he just had a real problem with that. I'm like, well, if
Oh,
you're not
Amy
going
got
to tour,
tickets for Sisters of Mercy.
Oh, you
okay,
did?
all right.
oh, you
all
did.
right.
Maybe you can wrangle that. But yeah, there's actually
Yeah,
there's
the casino circuit is keeping a lot of music alive. You're right.
it's a good cover and it's a good video for that too. It's got a kind of a Western theme which suits the music, which was never exploited in its original either.
Lisa laughs about the 70s groups playing music at the casinos. I asked, do you want to go?
Want to go?
I'm like, yes, please.
Well, if we ever
Count me in.
If we ever hear about the Tramps playing at Tramps, I'm in. I'm done. That's it.
Tramps
Gone.
at
Done. I'm in. To see these guys go out there and just play Disco Inferno live is
Amy got tickets to
Holy-
Sisters of Mercy. I'm so glad you did. I can't wait to hear about it.
I'm telling you. But the Tramps also had like some other great material too, by the way. Just saying it. There's a lot of these groups had just like a great catalog.
Oh,
And,
it sold
like,
out
their other
quickly.
songs are good.
Okay.
Okay.
We weren't trying
Nah.
because
Nah.
it's because Boston, but yeah.
I'm not going to Boston without a hotel room, and I'm not going to a show where you have to stand in Boston. No, sod that. Sorry. Although we'll go to Winnipesaukee and see Tom Jones because we had VIP seats. Boom, done. Yeah.
Oh my God! When
that was awesome.
When the Damned play Winnipesaukee.
I'm in. I'm done.
The hell is that venue called?
We're gonna have to convince K&G to go to that thing. I'm telling
We've
you.
been there twice now.
Oh, Peter saw Bob Mould at Daryl's. Oh yeah, Daryl's house is.
Oh, Amy, we're
Notorious
we're seeing
locally.
Depeche Mode in April, and it was really expensive.
I think we were seeing them for the same $3 signs.
It was really
Where
expensive.
are you seeing them? Because we're seeing them at the Garden.
No, she says I want tickets.
I want tickets.
Oh, Tom and
Oh,
his Jones. We
okay,
saw
got it,
both
yeah.
of them. Tom and his Jones.
We saw both those things. Oh, sorry, Amy. I thought that you already were booked. Yeah, dollars.
Oh,
Dollar
Peter
sign.
says I
Oh,
did see
$10.
Bob Mould at Daryl's house. Oh,
Yes.
I've still never been to a show at Daryl's house, believe it or not. We need to fix that.
Well, I've heard of things appearing there that I would have gone to see, and the timing was not good. So it has to be good.
I'd go anywhere for Tom Jones too, right?
That also sounds obscene, but it's okay. You're here, and you've earned it. Well,
Yeah, Depeche Mode was a lot of money.
It was not cheap. Second Garden show we have ever been booked for. The first one was actually a lot of fun. Although I'll tell you.
Oh yeah, well Duran was a lot of money too.
This
I'm not
next
gonna
time
lie.
is going to be different because now we know how to pre-game the Garden. You go to where? Moynihan Hall.
Moynihan Train Hall.
Which is right next door. And
No,
you
it's
find,
below it.
Yeah,
It's below it.
it is next door though. The Garden's here, Moynihan's here, and it's down there. Because it's actually
But
in the
Madison
second
Square
below.
Garden is above Penn Station,
Yes.
and Moynihan Train Hall is part of Penn Station,
Moynihan Train Hall is below the post office.
but it's part of Penn Station.
Yes, it is now.
So
But you have to walk from
And the
there all the way
bar
over to here to go
at
there.
Moynihan Train Hall is hella cheap, and the drinks are good.
They have excellent mix. You can get yourself a French 75, etc. Or you can just have a few beers and then
Oh.
sod off to the Garden because it's right there. You can walk underground to get there.
Dean
That's
says
too much.
the last performance I stood for was 2018 Southern Culture on the Skid Show in
Nuts.
San Diego.
Gee,
Yeah,
I think
okay.
we saw them in 2018
Yeah.
too.
I know it's I'm trying to think of I feel like the last show we stood for was Richard Cheese.
Which would have been at the Bowery Ballroom.
Bowery Ballroom, yeah.
It's a good show.
Yeah.
Really, it was hilarious. He's freaking hilarious.
Oh.
And we were standing for the Scott show because it was around the pool. And I do have some...
Hi, Elvis. Good to see you.
I do have some video of that show, and if anybody is interested, I will be glad to post it to the Captain Quad channel where all
Amy,
the live
yes.
video goes. But let me know, because I can get off my assets and do that. So,
Amy, I have a friend in Texas who missed out on Depeche Mode, and then like a whole other rasher of tickets went on sale. So yeah, I think you'll be fine. But okay, wait, I missed a comment though. Oh, Eric says, "What gets me is remembering being young, and a band like 808 State are making everyone stand like mad." And 2 decades later,
dance like mad.
Oh, dance like mad. Okay, I'm
Nobody can move. Oh,
reading real. Okay, I'm
well,
reading things
you know,
wrong. Okay, all right, got it.
you add 20 years to anything, and you watch out for that sacroiliac. I'm telling you, I have to do that myself too. I cannot do certain things anymore, but I can still move
There were panties
on the floor.
thrown on a Tom Jones stage where, oh no. Ah, I'm not going to read the rest of that comment.
Nope. You can read. I'm done.
Amy says I paid $25 for Duran Duran on the last tour. Oh my gosh.
Oh man, son of a...
Oh, Southern Culture on the Skids are coming to Wisconsin next month.
Hello.
Oh, we've seen them, what, twice?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we have.
We saw them at Tiki Oasis and then at Ohana.
2 tiki events. How about
Yeah.
that? But they play it well.
Yeah.
They play it well, and they just rock hard. And at the
Red
Ohana...
Elvis. I would do that. I would do that.
Ohana event, I repaired after their show to the parking lot, and I was grilling up some spam, and their drummer comes up and says, "Hey, what's going on?" I said, "Got spam sliders. You want one?" So I served him, and then I said, "You really need to get your bass player over here." So he got her, and she came along, and I served Mary some spam sliders. She was pretty happy with that.
Fur Coin, am I saying your name right? Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh. Appreciate the compliment. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Got the sciatica.
Hey, you know something? Here's the thing. If you don't actually drop in on the comments too often, that's fine because you're here.
And we appreciate you being here.
If you don't drop in the comments, I don't know you're here. And if you ever want to let us know you're here, you can always send us a personal or something. That's fine. Because these things
or
don't...
just comment like you did. That's
these
lovely.
These channels
Thank
do
you.
not tell me that you're here. That's the thing. But if you comment, I know you're here. And we're always glad to, give you a little shout out because you showed up. And here's the thing about all of these services right now are trying to get us to pay for them. So we're totally getting throttled down on Facebook and YouTube.
Hi, Dan.
And nothing can get through. And if you do not if you're counting on us to send you a ping through Facebook, it's probably not going to happen from here on in. So remember that we are here
Facebook's...
Wednesdays at 8 o'clock.
Facebook's making
Eastern
people
time.
pay up.
Yeah. No,
Which
they want you
I
to
will
pay.
Facebook's making people pay up, but they haven't tried to make us pay up yet. So
I will pay up for a service that's
I'll
worth
pay up,
it, which means I'm probably going to try a different
But
service.
they haven't asked me to pay up yet, so anyway,
I'll probably try a different service first. I'll let you know. But if we completely get throttled, you will never find out from here that we're going live. Remember, it's Wednesday at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
We go live. It's either Eastern time or Eastern Daylight Time. Watch the time of year. We do that because that's our time.
Be trapezoidal.
Exactly. Be trapezoidal. But the fact is, you don't have to wait for something to ping you. If you are, forget it. That's not going to happen. From now on, if it ever did in the first place, because we just haven't gotten a lot of love from these things in a while, they are offering us a free forum, and we're good with it.
Dan says Red Elvises played New Haven last year.
Hello.
Fun show. Okay.
Big fun.
See, there's so much good music out there. That's not like $1 million, probably.
Nope, there's plenty of good music going on.
Facebook complaining about free speech making you pay. Yeah.
Hey.
I feel like Lumberg. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, the simple fact is, it's a free service to me. I've not actually paid for it.
So far.
Well, no, we have paid for some Facebook.
Oh!
In our time.
River City Handsome says, my Milton's Revenge, Blue Hawaiian, is done. So cheers, my fellow Kitchenettes. Yay! Cheers to you.
The red swing line.
Milton's Revenge. I love it.
Well, should have that more featured.
There should be a Milton's Revenge drink. If only we knew someone who invented drinks.
I don't know. How could that possibly happen anyway?
I feel like Milton's Revenge would be a margarita without salt on fire.
That could be done, you know. Like, we could rig that up. Do you take that as a challenge at this hour of the day?
Do we have any spent lime shells or lemon shells?
Yep.
Then I do. With big grains of salt. Okay. All right. Let's just make one.
Yep.
I don't need to be completely hammered. Although it sounds like a good time to me, but whatever. Wouldn't Milton's Revenge be a red drink? Well, this is the red swing line. Which is delicious, by the way. If you like beer, I'm a fan of this one. Will he be back?
You wanted lemon juice?
I wanted a husk. What's the word? I forget what the word is, but you know what I mean. Half of a lemon. Oh, shell. Shell. That's the word I was after. Yes, because of his stapler. Yes. His drink should absolutely be representative of his eternal disappointment. Right. Shell. Thank you, Amy. No. This is not my first drink of the evening, but Shell. All right. So.
Maybe the container that's got the lemon juice, and I'll get you some more.
Okay.
You got a lot.
All right. Got to get some more juice.
Get some juice.
This will be famous last words. Super easy. We could even make it blue. I'm just saying.
His was.
Because his pina colada was blue.
True.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Yeah. I have to keep saying, yeah, like Lundberg. Yeah. I was thinking there must be, like, of course I thought about this morning, but there must be mugs that say Initech. Like you see people out in the world wearing t-shirts that say Dunder Mifflin from The Office. I feel like you must be able to buy a mug like Lundberg's that says Initech. And there should be a drink served in that, right? All right. He's coming back. All right.
Wanted it, you got it.
All right.
Hardest working man in rock
Thank
and
you.
roll. Boom.
Hardest working man in rock. Are you? Uh-oh. It's going for more flair.
More flair. More flair.
In a mild sort of way, the Pina Colada song was sort of blue. Yes. Yes. And honestly, in the last New York Times magazine, there was an interview with Rupert Holmes, speaking of the Pina Colada song.
Speaking of which.
And speaking of a non sequitur I did not expect to make this evening, but it was interesting because he writes now. So he writes books. So it was actually very entertaining. I liked him better after reading the interview than I did before reading the interview. So, although I've never read any of his books. All right. Bring it over.
What you need?
Your flair.
My flair?
Yeah.
I'm not done yet.
He's searching for more flair.
There must be more flair. Oh, yeah, yeah. That's good.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, sure. Totally, dude.
He's just gone. Okay. I would go grab the tequila, but he's gone. I feel like Terry Garr in Tootsie. Will he be back? His pina was actually a blue Hawaiian, simply because nothing goes right for Milton. I know. We have some of the, there's like a kind of a little fan decor on his drink. We have those, but I don't even know where they are. They're buried, so I should have gone for that today. Amazon had all kinds of Office Space merch. Oh, I'm sure.
Hello.
Oh my god. He's like in the other room going, hello, okay, great. You coming back?
They'll be there.
I'm gonna check it out. Can you get an Initech mug? Hold on.
Where'd you get it? What about better?
Initech coffee mug. Yes, you can. Oh, that's hilarious. And the Initech symbol. You folks who work in, I don't know. This is going to come out wrong. Computers. What does their symbol mean?
Anitech?
Do you know what this means?
3 cubes is complete BS.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all it is.
It's completely BS. Okay, it's
total,
completely BS.
total tech BS as far as I can tell.
For,
Somebody could actually tell me wrong.
Kelly waits. Kelly does wait. Like, where did he even go?
More flair! How much do I have? I can't even tell.
$18.
Oh,
okay,
no.
he's past the minimum.
Above
now.
the minimum
All right,
and
all right.
Brian
He's
territory
past the
over here.
minimum.
I don't actually have
Okay.
37 pieces of flair,
All
and
right.
I'm not about to do that tonight. And in fact, Brian was a complete asshat.
Okay.
So, anyway. So,
What? Who was an ass?
the character in the film who's like a Jake.
Oh.
That guy. I hate that guy.
All right, hold on.
Here is your Emona.
We're gonna do
You
Milton's
need something to
Revenge.
flare with? So you got to get the high proof.
Pardon me.
I'm going to hang and talk to you all. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, and take coffee mug. I want the Penetrode coffee mug. I mean, oh wait, no. What is that again? Anyway. Square peg in a round hole. Let's see. Does that look like that? No. It looks like 3 cubes. Well, 3 cubes is perfect too. Absolutely. No question.
We're gonna.
Fallout Flare,
Blame
thank
it
you.
with
I didn't
this.
realize that was that visible, but it is. I actually put this together. Wait, it's over on this side. Thanks.
I'm glad it's visible because he kept ditching me to do flare.
I built
so-
this myself in around 1984, and this actually came from a large format pamphlet that my grandparents had about how to survive Fallout. That was circa 1969. And I'm thinking by 1969, you didn't care about surviving Fallout, you knew it was all BS. So,
Lumberg.
oh, Ricky Bobby. Yep.
He was so good.
Gary Cole has
Yes.
it all going on. He has played so many dang characters. He was Dad Brady in the
Yes.
Brady Bunch movies circa
Yes.
2002, I guess those were happening. Yeah, he was pretty
Where is
hilarious
he now?
in that.
Where are they now?
Where are they
Okay.
now? Who knows? I remember who
Good.
played Mom Brady in those. That
Shelley
Was,
Long.
yes, that was right. Sherry Long. Yes,
Shelley.
Shelley. I'm sorry. It's late and I am blah.
I know it's late. I know you're weary. I know my tongue doesn't work right. Still here we
And
are.
there. Yeah.
Okay.
We are still here. We're still doing it. We're making it happen.
Milton's. What were we calling this? I've lost the thread. Milton's Margarita?
Milton's Margarita is about
Hi,
right
Gene.
if you're making a margarita.
Okay.
Yes. Hey, are you here? Are we still here? You're not late. Ha
Still here.
Definitely happening. Little
So-
blue.
2 ounces tequila.
Yeah.
Half ounce.
Half ounce of the blue.
Blue.
Something blue.
Half ounce fresh lime juice.
I always liked the Fallout shelter symbol, although the concept of having to survive it was not so positive. But in the early 80s, when I was thinking about such things, and the White House was going crazy about like pushing such things and how, well, this is going to be totally survivable, I was like, these people are out of their damn minds, which they were.
All right. A couple of dashes of orange bitters. And then we're going to set this baby on fire.
Cross between Gary Cole and Clint Eastwood kind of sounds like your father.
Wait, what?
Come to think of it.
Night, Peter.
Hey, Peter. Let us know, Peter, when you are heading to pinball
There's a
because
cross
we can do
between
that.
Gary Cole and Clint Eastwood. Oh.
Hilarious.
Oh,
Awesome.
I love it.
Definitely.
Okay. This is basically going to be a blue margarita on fire.
Yeah.
That
So-
neither of us should drink this evening, but
Nope.
bad choices.
Do you
right?
need the margarita glass
No.
for the fire effect? Because it's huge and will actually hold the floating.
Is there a
how do I call
margarita
it?
glass handy that you won't disappear for 20 minutes to find?
I think so. Yeah.
You know what? I'm not going to shake it because I think it's out.
Where do you think it is? No, they're not where they were.
I think it's out there.
Mm.
All right, you come back. I'll go look.
Fine, you go.
I'll go look.
I'll
right.
wrap with
Okay.
the people.
Yeah.
Yep. Zoop. Hi, people. So, what else is? Oh, the SDI. Hey, Bill. Great to see you. Absolutely. I remember SDI. We were talking about that. That was our concept, and what were we? How were we funding that?
I found it, and
I'm
it's
trying to
filthy.
remember. I think we had to fund that by record sales, but then we could buy sufficient speakers to actually place the array of speakers on the border and then blast the incoming missiles. That was the idea. It was a great idea at the time. And then literally about 6 years later, when the U.S. military is trying to extract General Noriega from Panama, what did they do? Just asking. You would know. No one else here knows. This is like, wow. Oh, the Beatles CDs, because they hadn't been released yet. Yes. Yeah, we're going to put Beatles stuff on CD. Which, yeah, that would have been illegal. But whatever, people do such things.
Ta-da!
Haha. So anybody? Does anybody remember what happened with Noriega?
Oh, hi, Bill.
No, because it's long ago and nobody cares.
Good to see you, Bill.
Telling you, all sorts of people show up to these thingies. Here we are, 2.5 hours in, still going strong, people. I'm standing up doing just fine.
Okay.
Boom, 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 boom.
All right. So, we need
A hummus and a what is?
a match.
Oh, we do.
I'll get it.
Okay. You get the match. You know where they are.
I do, and I don't disappear for like hours at a
I had to
time.
put flair on my shirt. I mean, I'd get fired otherwise.
I have no flair.
I'm telling you.
I'm flareless.
I started the
Okay.
evening flareless, except for my hat, which is always flared.
I'm gonna get a match.
What is it saying?
Okay. All right, Run House. Here we go. That's a good one.
Oh, there we go. Errol's talking about, what did they play? Guns N' Roses. They had a specific sound system with fantastic output, and they blasted him with rock and roll.
Will this float?
GNR.
Hi.
Well, that's one way to go.
Okay, wait. Will this float?
If I actually was in the old
It is floating.
presidential palace and I was hearing Paradise City over and over and over again, I would just give up. That's the thing.
I brought in overproof. Oh, here it is.
Oh, there
Okay.
you go. You need some booze.
What did I do with it?
Oh,
okay.
You gonna,
It's here.
You gonna flame with that?
Yes.
Well, we have a second bottle. It's good.
You can buy it.
Yeah, you can.
It's fine.
It's available. There we go. A little 151 from our friends at Lemon Heart and Sons.
All right.
You want to make a
Flame
zombie? This is the one outside of that stuff from Jeff. So there you
I
go.
feel like we should turn the lights down though. Don't you?
We could try it.
Poof. It's flaming, but you can't tell.
Phooey. All right, so let's try it.
Oh, you can see. All right. You can see it flame.
I can see it flame. And away we go, people.
It's a beautiful flaming margarita.
Well, that's the
All
fun.
right.
That's the fun part of the fun part. I'm
All
just
right.
telling you. That's good 151 you got going on there, too.
Let's get rid of those.
And-
Okay.
Okay. So, the flaming marga, which
It doesn't
is...
flame for long though.
No.
Because
Well, you know.
overproof booze is a harsh mistress.
But it's also sort of leaking into the drink, which starts leaking back into there, and then it just puts it out. So you Yeah,
But
just difficult.
it's a beautiful blue margarita.
Lemon Heart is potent stuff when it's 151. The ordinary brand is like 80 proof. So
Aw.
it depends on
But
what
we
you're
had the
doing.
151.
We had the
so you are
151.
correct. Yes.
151.
Yeah.
If you're making a zombie drink or zombie style drink, it's the stuff to go. It's
Oh my
the way
god,
to
the
go.
comments.
Yeah. There
Hilarious.
is
Okay.
virtually no other high proof rum that has any flavor. I think the other one I can name is Gosling's. That will definitely get you there. And
Milton's
the rest of them are
Revenge.
just like gasoline. So
I'm a little
Yeah.
afraid to put my face in it because I think the fire is out, but I'm not positive, so I'm going to use the straw.
well, I'm still holding this, so I'm going to say the fire's out. Yep. Yeah, this works pretty well, I think. Trying it out.
No salt.
Well, you know how to nail a margarita, no salt, and and you did.
Maybe that's what I'll be remembered for this life. She knew how to nail a margarita.
I love that comment. Oh, it's never again. Ask them to toy it up. Oh boy.
Hey, could I have some of that spray, please?
Of course.
I don't know about his side of the bar, but my side of the bar is so sticky.
Sticky. There we go.
Sticky over here.
Let me actually, in fact, turn this around. Turn the beat around.
Thank you.
Make it happen.
Turn the beat around. Thank you.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Love to
Oh.
wipe the bar.
Oh,
Anyway.
something like that. Rum Bar 151.
Oof.
Oh, that'd be a good
Oh,
idea.
yeah. We had that for a
Oh,
minute,
yeah.
didn't we? Yeah, they sent us some. Rum bar.
I think it literally was a 123, but that's high enough.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, lemon
that'll
extract.
flame.
Lemon extract works. Yes, lemon extract in a crouton. We have done that.
Yep.
Works great.
Yep. Because you're soaking the bread, so that will make a pretty good wick for the whole process. And if just sort of floating it on there it goes, definitely. The lime shell is okay, and bars use this, no question, all the time. And honestly, you probably have to pour a pretty good reservoir of that stuff and make sure that it floats right above the. If it starts getting diluted, it's just going to go out. And then if there's any extra of the 151, well, it just goes into your drink. There you go.
Yeah.
Interesting thing is that I
Yeah.
I don't really use
stapler?
151 very often. But recently we actually happened to make a couple of
It's a
zombies.
dog toy.
And they always call for high proof. And we have the lemon heart. I said we're using it.
Oh, thank you, Abra.
And I-
Abra watched the Ellen Waits trailer.
Oh, wow.
Sorry. Bring it in
wow.
for Ellen
Oh,
Waits.
jeez.
Oh,
Thanks, Albert.
thank you.
That's too cool.
Yay.
Glad to see. The trailer's really great. And who put it together? I had no involvement. Hello. Yeah, no, she just nailed that one. We were all concerned about it because you've heard sources who were talking about, you have to hire somebody to put your trailer together. You have to make it perfect. You have to do this. You have to do that. And I'm thinking, oh, for Pete's sake, you can do a trailer. So she did. And she nailed it.
Spent all my money on color grading.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I spent all my money. I can't pay somebody for a freaking trailer when I could do it myself.
But thank you. That means a lot. It really does.
It does. It does.
I really like the trailer. Thank you.
If I sound a little sardonic, it's just like you get into this racket. I'm sorry, business. You get into this business, and everybody is telling you, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do this, you got to do that. If you don't do this, you'll fail. And I think it's just another bunch of naysayers when all we're trying to do is get our little featurette out there. You know, there's things you pay for, and there's things that you say, I can do that, and you do it. You made a poster. You made a trailer.
Dead man.
And you have done all of the promo uploading. You've done all of the submissions. I have to figure out how to make this thing ready for a projector. That is a digital projector. That is
Well, hopefully we'll need
a
that.
lot more work than you think it is.
Hopefully we'll need that.
Hopefully we'll need that. But the fact is I can figure it out because there's instructions. Give me instructions, I can figure it out. People are always talking, you'll never get it right. I'm like, well, I'll try anyway. Seriously. But we know how to do these things by now. We've been editing for years. You've been using online software for the graphics for years. It looks good. We know how to do these things.
Amy,
So-
hold on. I'll share the trailer.
Oh, please. Yeah,
I will
we
share the
appreciate that
trailer
concept.
because
Bill
I
Lumbert's
gotta
Initech 15
find
ounce.
it. All right, here we go. I'm gonna drop the trailer right now. Do, do, do,
Doop, 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 doop. Doop.
Don't mind me.
Oh,
You
don't
keep
mind me.
talking.
I'm just doing.
I'm dropping the
We're
trailer.
just making it happen. Going to show you a little something that you should have seen before, but maybe not. And if you have, let's do it again.
Here we go. Amy, I'm dropping the link right now.
And boom, boom, boom. And bang.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
actually, here's the interesting thing about that.
Right.
Wrote the music, sang the music, performed the musical accompaniment on the music.
Oh, thank you.
I operated the recorder. That was about it. You did the entire thing with the
I wrote the
closing
music
theme.
and played the music.
You did the entire closing theme.
Oh, if you love this film, there's nothing in this film I didn't do, almost.
Pretty much.
And if you hate this film, there's nothing in this film I didn't do.
You
whatever,
did,
you know.
You did the lion's share of all of that, and I actually did participate in the music, but then we used
You
different
did.
takes, so it's all you. So the velvet
did.
tones credited in there are actually the solo tones, and that would be you. No, all that happened. She sang it. She sang that. She doubled up on the singing, and then you played it, and then you did the double track on that, and
Yeah.
I mean, I made it actually work as a recording, and that was it. That was
Amy, it doesn't
So-
hurt. Yeah, and if you could like just send your friends our social links, like at this moment I don't know where, like I've applied to 5 film festivals. I don't know if I'll get into any of them, and some of them we're not going to find out until summer.
Of course.
So
you're
I'm
waiting
trying to
around to
find
find
other
out when you film.
places to show the film, because waiting until summer is not okay.
That's not a plan.
That's not a plan, but you can hold it over there if you want.
Well, no,
I still have a red swingline stapler, so
Oh, I guess I can
yeah,
handle
go
this.
for it. Go
I'm
for it.
nervous about this straw, though.
But anyway, yeah, you don't. Ooh, it's got like a brown slick on top. Milton's Margarita's got a brown slick on top.
Could that possibly be the 151 cranking around there?
Yeah.
Yes, it could.
Yes, it could.
That's what we're talking about there.
But yes, you know, it can't hurt, because these festivals, they want to know that you have a fan base.
So, if you'd like to...
So, like, you know, they like, if you have 100,000 fans, they like to know about it, and we're like, oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, 100,000
That's good.
fans.
That's good.
Good
But, you know,
one. Good one.
But the people
Anyway.
watching here right now, I think will appreciate the little movie we made. And if you want to hit it a few times repeatedly, that's okay too. Of course. Always. I mean, if it's
You're
not
the
exactly
best.
if it's not exactly you watching it, but the robot, it's your robot. That's fine. You know?
What?
This is all she's talking about hitting repeat.
Oh, yeah. Well,
If it's your
yeah,
repeat function
go
hitting it,
for
that's
yeah.
fine. That's what I'm talking about. And the fact is, it's okay.
Oh, thank you, Abra.
Yeah.
When it comes in, there's an asshole. You don't see me killing him. I keep thinking if I was going to make this film again and play a different role, I would play the store manager.
Store manager.
'Cause
Store manager.
she's my spirit animal.
No, she's got a lot of fun going on. There are a lot.
Everyone in it is so good,
A
though.
lot of great lines in here, but we ended up with a fantastic cast and a great,
And
great
Dan, who was, I don't know if you're still here, Dan,
I
but
don't think
Dan was
so,
watching
but-
earlier. Dan did the music that
Hello?
you hear in the store.
crew. The incidental
So,
music
yes.
as featured in is all...
Featuring the clowns.
Is all Dan. The end title, that's this one right here. That's your music. The sound effects come
Thank
from
you,
a variety
Amy.
of sources.
Hi, Linnell.
I recorded a bunch of the sound effects. I can take credit for that.
Oh.
I was on stage doing this business so that people got recorded properly, and I was very satisfied with the
was.
results. And when you hear the alternative, yeah, you needed this to happen. So that worked. Sounds great. Everybody is extremely clear. We really got that point across. And honestly, at the end of the day, after color grading, it looks fantastic. It's really intense.
We got so lucky. We really, not lucky, but
No.
okay, fortunate.
Fortunate.
We got fortunate because everyone in it was great. The whole crew was amazing. Everyone was involved was great.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear stories about people trying to make films and like this problem and that problem, and like We got very, very, very fortunate.
In production, we didn't have no problems.
Dan is here.
No.
I'm here.
Hey!
Born for music. Yes.
Bang.
Yes.
We asked for some.
Send it to Uncle Lloyd over at Trauma.
Oh. Hello.
I know that Lloyd Kaufman, right?
Well, he knows. Boy, does he know. Too well.
Oh my God, Lloyd! I know the Uncle Lloyd you mean.
You know, we asked Dan for some incidental music that would fit in sort of a cheap discount store. And he provided 2 songs.
Which are so good.
Which are just awesome. And one of them just nailed it shut. And we're like, that's it. Boom, done.
Well, honestly, the first time I played it, I was like, this is too good. This is too good for the store.
Good.
But then it was filtered.
We treat it so that it sounds like PA music.
I know.
And that
so I'm like, these songs are
shut.
Too classy for our store. But
well,
yeah,
not too classy per se, but like too high fidelity. Yeah. You don't have that in a store.
Yeah. But
so
then like
we made it work properly. But definitely.
So good.
But like the fact is you have to have something that works very well to start with, and then you can make these things adapt.
Oh, he loves the indie filmmaker. Okay, all right.
Yep.
What do I have to lose, right?
Well, he's an indie filmmaker from way back. So that's the thing. I actually roomed with a guy at one point who did like 2 or 3 Trauma pictures, including Toxie 2 and 3. If I look at these very closely,
Mike.
I'll tell you where to see him because he's in the background.
And thanks, Lisa. Oh.
Excellent. Oh, super.
Oh, thank you.
The pillow was an actual device. Where do we get those?
I got them at Five Below.
Oh, Five Below had these, yeah. So, like, I think we have 3 or 4 of those.
I got
because
5.
They were on set.
I get 5.
5
because it was 5 Below.
5 at 5. And one of them was the actual murder weapon. And I got to say, if you can kill somebody that fast with a pillow, wow. Okay. Yep. I suppose time is compressed during the fantasy sequence, you know? It's hilarious. A lot happens within a few minutes, and like everything in this film is an Easter egg because we had to outfit the entire set ourselves. So what you're seeing is basically the contents of our attic, except if it's our set dresser's attic. Because he had a bunch of crap too.
Yeah, he had a lot.
So like his stuff
ever.
is in there in extremely subtle ways. And as he's a professional scenic, and like he was doing things that were like, oh, I wouldn't have thought to do that.
He works on actual TV.
He was last working on The Blacklist. It was just like no, it was just the real thing. He knew these things to do that I wouldn't have even considered.
Yeah.
And it was just nailed shot. No, it was great stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, so, he was amazing.
Yeah. You know good people. They can help you out a little bit.
Oh my God. I'm overwhelmed. Thank you.
Oh, please.
Thank you.
Well, you got to watch the other murder weapon, but then you have to see the whole picture. Well, we'll get you there.
Definitely not my pillow. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll be flat out honest with you. I've tried my pillow, and I think it's a terrible device.
Who hasn't felt that at the grocery store? I know.
Oh man.
I know.
Yeah, seriously.
Where was I the other day that I was like, I'm just having an Alan. Like people say that to us now. I'm like, I'm having an Alan
Waits
experience.
Having an Alan Waits moment. No, this is nuts. Everybody has done this. Everybody has been there. And it is my experience that if I'm in a grocery store...
Oh, Dan. Thank you. Dan says all that cash is going to be super valuable when Ellen Waits achieves cult classics.
We have an extremely...
Your lips to God's ears.
We have an extremely limited amount of cash pit merch out there. Well, you know what?
Tell your buddy to never claim Toxie 2 or 3. Trauma openly apologizes for them in the beginning of Citizen Toxie. Oh my God.
Oh man.
It's about murder?
Murder! Yeah.
There is a little bit of murder in it.
The things that happen, I tell you.
There's a little bit of murder in it.
Yeah, there might be slight murder. You know, it's just a little murder, not a lot of murder.
I have Lloyd Kaufman's book.
Yeah, which is hilarious.
Yes.
Just read the intro.
It's called Make Your Own Damn Movie.
Intro is from an indie filmmaker who had a whole experience with Lloyd that was just hilarious.
Trey Parker, right?
Oh, that's right. It was
Trey. It was one of the South Park guys.
Yeah, it
was Trey Parker.
Yeah, it was just hilarious. You just you pick that up, read that, and then see if you want to read the rest of the book. That's the thing. That's the intro. Oh, it's just awesome.
Oh, Ellen Waits may be the future phrase for the frustrated. Well, I hope so.
I want to tell
I
you
don't
something.
sleep anymore because I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm like,
Thinking
oh
about
my God.
thinking about it.
Yeah.
The simple fact about Ellen waiting is that she still is. She will be waiting on that line forever. Ellen Waits is, in fact, no exit. It's a Sartre play.
It kind of is.
So it's really sad. It's really sad to say that Ellen will never get out. No way out, no way out, no way out. But that's the nature of these things. They're sort of like these little continuums. These continua.
Oh, hi, Ellen.
It's
Ellen is watching.
Hello.
Yay.
Hello.
Oh, so.
Hello, Ellen.
Aw.
Ellen was watching, as a matter of
She
fact.
might as well wait for Godot while at it. Exactly.
You're never gonna see Godot either. That's the thing.
Exactly.
You're waiting. The nature of contemporary experience is that you wait, and nothing ever happens. Sounds like corporate to me too. But the simple fact is that we'll have a link to you soon enough where you can actually see this at your local cinema.
Well, I hope so.
Well, your local cinema
hope
is
so.
going to be your laptop because we're not going to release this to cinemas per se, but we're already submitted to festivals and we'll see what happens. And then we're going to have to get it up to some kind of screen.
Ellen's existential crisis.
We'll get it up to...
Uncle Lloyd practically made Parker Stone. Yeah, I got that feeling from the book. Yes, yeah.
Yep. We'll get it up to some streamer so you could actually find
Is she
this.
related to Tom Waits?
I'm trying to talk here.
I know,
we'll
but
find
that's
it,
too
and
good.
you'll be able to see
That's
it
too
somewhere.
good.
I'm trying to tell people how to see Ellen. They can only see the trailer right
There's
now.
no way to see it yet.
Yeah, I'm
okay,
telling
but
you.
we're working on it.
We're trying to help you out here. So,
oh my gosh! All right, so we're working on it in person and online. We are. Everyone will be able to see it.
Yeah.
At some
Everybody
point.
here can see this. I know it's hotly anticipated.
Oh yeah, Make Your Own Damn Movie is a masterpiece. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
The simple fact is we can't just throw this up on the YouTube because it's like, no, that'll just kill it. We can't
Listen,
do that.
Lindbergh. Ha!
I'm not sure we can ever
Oh,
put this up on one of the really easy video things, but we can definitely do Vimeo.
we'll work it out.
Yeah,
We'll work
I mean,
it
you can get a
out.
link to that, and the quality is a lot better than what you get from these other services. So yeah, I mean, it's just we want you to see this looking good.
Screening at Ohana.
Looking good.
Amy says,
Well,
if Ohana would have it, I would be all about doing a screening.
Amy,
at
we
Ohana.
cannot ask the event about that, but you could ask the event and demand to
create
see
demand for Ellen Waits.
it. I know that Linda watching could create demand for Ellen Waits if she would only ask.
Ohana attendees.
On attendees, anybody? Anybody?
Oh my God.
If you would only ask, it would create demand. That's it. We can't do this. People have to demand it. Demand makes it happen,
Is she
and
related
otherwise
to
it
Tom
will not
Waits?
happen.
I have thought about that. Yeah. Is she related
Ellen
to
Waits?
Tom Waits?
Tom Waits? We don't have any Tom Waits in the soundtrack. Hey Dano, you got like a Tom Waits rhythm going on, like some really like tin cans.
do that.
Tanka
We
tanka
could do
tanka
that.
tanka tanka
We could
tanka.
do that.
Really minimal miking technique or something like that. I
did
think
forget
that
the
your
iPad
studio can handle
version.
that. Yep. Yep. Hilarious. All right, we're at 2.
All right, he's giving me the signal.
I'm not
that
giving you
it's
the
time to-
hevo.
No, he didn't bring the hook, but
No,
it was
no.
definitely I get it. It's
There are
time.
no hooks here. There are no hooks. So we go as long
Oh,
as.
Abra, are you on the waiting list? Abra, if you get on the waiting list, if you're not, because you might get in.
Oh, she got on it. She says so.
Oh, okay, all right.
Okay, if you're on the waiting list,
Okay, good.
don't think that, well, maybe or maybe not.
Yeah, no,
You
get
have
on the
a
waiting list.
strong chance of actually
Yes.
making it happen
Yes.
because
Yep.
last year
Yep.
I think the event went through the wait list and pretty much cleared everybody
Yeah.
because people buy tickets just because. And they're all excited, and then it's like, oh, I can't do it.
Well, they know they're gonna sell out, so if they think like I might go,
I might do it.
they buy tickets.
And when it does not happen,
Right.
that ticket's
Yeah.
up
Yep.
for grabs.
Yeah.
So it is actually moved. Somebody else actually makes a transaction and pays for the ticket.
Yeah.
That could be you. You have to do it through the event if any idiot decides to say, I've got tickets in a private sale, no.
Yeah,
Go
no.
through the event.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. You got to watch that very carefully. We've seen some people basically trying to spoof ticket sales on this, and it's like they're full of crap. There is no such thing as
They're not
offline
people.
ticket
They're
sales.
Scammers.
It's a bunch of robots trying to like nab you. Go through the event.
Scammers.
Go through the event. If your friend has a pair of tickets, you have to go through the event. But they'll make it
Yeah,
happen. They'll broker it, and you'll get in.
Yep.
You'll get in. Stand the wait list.
What
a pair
is-
of tickets
yeah,
will come your way.
Yeah, no. Yeah, please.
And we will see you on campus. And
I hope so.
I hope so.
I hope so.
I think so.
that
I
would
think
be
so.
amazing.
I think it can happen. You're gonna love
Yay.
it. You're gonna love it.
All right. It's making me log off.
Amy says a friend is already releasing 2 tickets in March. Boom.
Oh my gosh.
These things
Okay,
happen.
All right.
Because
all right.
because.
I mean, I'm sorry your friends
because.
released. I'm sorry your friend's not going, but
Sorry to say.
yay for people like Abra on the
maybe,
waiting list.
maybe
So,
your
yeah,
friend
yeah,
was a
yeah.
little iffy and things happened
Yeah.
differently, and that's life.
Right.
So anyway, been talking about a lot of things.
Okay.
A lot of what's happening. If you would like to support the show, you know how to do it. You know, increasingly,
It fell over.
box fell over. Increasingly, the Amazon store has been very good to us. If you go through our store on Amazon and just buy anything, doesn't matter if it's from our store or not, it will support the show.
Hi, Carradine.
So it's
oh
good.
my gosh.
Hey!
Oh, all right.
Boom.
Oh no, everyone has colds. Well, I hope you feel better. All right. We're logging off, but I'm glad to see you,
Look,
however briefly.
we've had-
Feel better.
We've had colds ourselves
Oh, my
recently, and it
gosh.
was horrible. So
Oh, she's going to
I
Spain.
sympathize.
All right.
I really sympathize.
Okay,
So-
all right. We will
Okay.
see you next week, if not before.
Yep.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you all for being here. We try to make this
This
the
was really fun.
best Wednesday party we possibly can. And we'll
Right.
always throw a little something at you. I tonight have actually enjoyed the TPS report. This is actually not the TPS. This is just a seltzer because that was a pretty good idea.
I'm gonna have a
Also
sip.
enjoyed the red swing wine.
Yes.
Gotta do
That-
that again. This is basically a darn chew toy that comes in the Office Space game to
Thank
my
you, Amy.
right over there.
Thank you.
If you want the game, I think it's easily available. It looks like a hell of a lot of
All
fun.
you do is tune in next time. Exactly.
And there are other ways to support us, which you
Good
know
night, everyone. Good night, Julie, Errol, Leah. Yeah, all of you. Everyone. Lisa, Abra, Amy. Yes. Thank you. River City Handsome.
about. Recall
Eric.
that increasingly Facebook is not going to tell you about broadcasts. So remember, we are here Wednesdays at 8. I know it sounds idiotic for me to have
Dan,
to say that,
Daniel,
but
Linnell.
Facebook is going to throttle us down from here on in until we pay, and I'm not really intending to do that. I would go to a different platform before that. So the simple fact is, wherever you go, and whatever you do, don't worry, don't fret, and don't give up your red swing line, because we will see you soon.
Good night.